Hello, hello. Welcome back, friends, to Watch Closely. It's a weekly show where we take a closer look at the world of movies, shows, streaming, all that fun stuff. Thank you guys for joining us. Those of you watching live and those of you guys who are joining us after the fact. I'm joined today by a man who has no name, but a Jedi might call him Sith. Ernie, how you doing?
Hello, my friend. I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm good, dude. Your mic is super hot, though. Turn it down a little
Oh
bit.
my gosh, my bad. Let me turn it down. How are you though? What have you been doing?
I'm good, dude. I just got back from watching Quiet Place Day 1, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in a bit. But yeah, thank you guys for joining us. If you guys are not subscribed, I gotta do the plug. I gotta do the shout out. If you guys are not subscribed, you should definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel at Watch Closely Pod, or to our podcast anywhere you guys listen to podcasts. But yeah. Oh, and hello to you, LJ. Appreciate you guys.
Hello.
Yeah, we got a lot of fun stuff to cover today. We got some Superman news. We got some Acolyte stuff to break down, and then of course we'll talk some Quiet Place. It's so weird, bro. Quiet Place is one of my favorites. I was hyped for it, but I want to get into a little bit of what have you been watching this
Wow,
week?
dude, the way that you stated that, it sounded like you didn't like it. It's like I don't know if I'm reading too into that, but I'm like, geez.
I'll definitely give my thoughts. I just feel like I shouldn't give it right away because I know you haven't seen it yet, so
I haven't. But I mean, you're not going to sway my
How hyped are you right now?
Going to the movie. I mean, I'm definitely I'm excited to watch it. I'm not like I don't know how to explain this. I'm not like overly excited. I'm not like, oh my gosh, I can't wait, But I'm excited to watch it. You know what I mean? Like.
Okay.
I'm gonna check it out this week. I think I'm gonna watch what's tomorrow's Saturday, so tomorrow I'll probably go watch it with my wife, and then I'll let you know my thoughts. But yeah, the way you're phrasing that, it's funny. I'd rather you lean into it because I doubt by the time I get to watch it and then we do the next episode, I'll probably not get into it at all because it'll be late at that moment. But
I want to hear.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, we'll jump into it, but yeah, dude, I wanted to get some of your thoughts on what were you watching this week? Like, give me kind of the rundown of what was good. What was good in your neighborhood?
So for me, I've been watching a lot of The Boys. I saw season 4. I caught up to the newest episode, which came out like
nice.
Maybe a day or two ago or something like that. I don't know exactly when they drop. I think they drop Wednesdays or Thursdays, something like that. But
I think it's the day after Acolyte, so Thursday. Yeah, I think.
Okay, so it dropped yesterday. I haven't watched the new episode. I had a friend tell me to not watch it until I finish Gen V. I haven't finished Gen V. I don't know if you watched that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm going to essentially stop here for The Boys, watch Gen V, finish the last part of it because I'm at like maybe 4 episodes, something like that. So whatever else I'll finish off because it's like bingeable. But I don't know what it was about Gen V. It didn't give me the same feeling of The Boys. Like when I watched The Boys, I waited for the 3 episodes to drop, 4 or 3 episodes when you had talked about it. What was it last week? This is the 4th episode.
It was the first 3, and then the 4th one.
Okay, so yeah, the first 3 episodes, they dropped, and I binged them, and I was like, man, I wish I would have waited. I honestly.
Oh, you want to watch the whole thing? You don't want to?
Yeah, because it's just so good to keep continuously watching. Like, there's no, I don't want to wait. Like, I like the show. I think I was talking about it before. Like, I saw a lot of people kind of having a backlash where it's like, oh, this is the worst season we've had. This is like, they've gone super political. I forget. People were talking crap or whatever. And I'm like, isn't that show always been like that? Like, it's always been like this.
It has, but it's been more nuanced, I think. Like, the last couple seasons are very subtle about it. This is very, like, here's what we're trying to say. Like, it's very heavy-handed. So a lot of people are turned off by just kind of the way they're writing it, because it does feel a little bit different. It's a little more kind of straightforward. There's not a whole lot of like drama. It's just kind of like the side characters really don't have that much to do in this season, I feel. But I mean, Homelander, dude, he's eating up the screen. Like a lot of what we've seen, just with his character alone. It's really just become about the 3, right? It's become about I forget the lady, the girl, the lady that's in the pulling the strings politically, and then Homelander, and then Butcher, right? Like those 3, like they need to like have an epic fight at the end or something. But I'm enjoying it. Like I know there's parts where you kind of roll your eyes, like, oh
Her
my god,
name is Claudia Dumet. No, wait, sorry, Victoria Newman.
Victoria,
Victoria Newman. But yeah, it's
Victoria.
Claudia
Yeah,
Dumet that plays her.
yeah, she does a good job. I think she's. I haven't seen her in anything else, but I am enjoying her character every time she comes on the screen. I'm like, what's she gonna do? Because she's pretty powerful.
Yeah, yeah, she's an interesting character. I think was it season 2 that she was introduced? I forget. Might be 3, but where we find out who she is, and you're like, wow, I didn't expect that kind of, or at least I didn't going into the show. And like every time I watch this show, they always manage to like. It's not they're upping the ante, like where they do something super crazy, but they always do something that does like shock me, where I'm like, oh wow, okay,
You
you know what I
wasn't
mean? Like
expecting
I
it.
didn't expect this, but like there's a human centipede scene, and I won't get into that. I don't want to spoil that, but like seeing that was like, oh wow, okay.
Are we just saying that
Seeing
that's the spoil, right? Like it's just super
no,
shocking.
we're just gonna say it, but we're not. I mean, we won't say what it is,
Yeah.
how it occurs. But so yeah, I've been watching that. Still watching One Piece, but I'm not gonna get into that. There was something I watched recently, and I wanted to tell you about it, and now it's just went over my head. Oh, I've been watching for whatever reason. I've been watching The Little Mermaid. Now, I mean, not for whatever reason.
Oh,
My
that kids
daughter.
show that you're talking about.
It's a
Yeah.
kids show. It's like a new one that just dropped. It's like Little Mermaid. It's like the new Haley Bailey version of it. I don't think it's Haley Bailey doing the voice or anything like that, but it's like within that sort of realm of universe, and it's cute, bro. Like Ursula's the aunt in this one, and she's like helping them with apothecary. They have like a little like Latina X or whatever you want to call them. I know like people like get all weird about Latin or whatever, but it's like a Latina little mermaid, and then some other guy and Flounder in this one, and it's just it's like a very Disney Junior show, but with
Hmm.
the name of Ariel. You know what I mean? Like with the mermaid world, they could have literally, honestly, Jace. I'll be honest with you, they could have literally done anything in this universe and it not be Ariel. I think it would have done great. But they're like, well,
Yeah.
we got to capitalize on Ariel.
You mean like if it was just a Flounder show, or if it was just like a Sebastian show?
No, I mean it has to be about mermaids. I don't know how you are with your nieces, but like the kids get infatuated with certain things that they like, and my daughter likes mermaids, or she'll
Hmm.
like princesses, right? They like that. I didn't like get her all crazy into it. I just kind of like showed her a movie or two, and she just started liking it a lot. And so I think they could have just leaned into that sort of thing. But again, it's like Ariel. It's like people are like, "Oh, I want to see Ariel. I want to see Ariel." But
True. Yeah.
my daughter's like, "Who is that? I want to know who is that? Who is that?" Because she doesn't look similar. She doesn't look like
Oh,
they
she
don't
doesn't
really.
recognize her.
She doesn't
Ah.
recognize her. I don't think she thinks it's because I don't think she's ever seen like a version of
Interesting.
Ariel like this. And I told her, I'm like, oh no, that's Ariel. And
Hmm.
she's like, oh okay. Like she kind of just was like, but she was like, still like, where's
She's
Ariel?
like
Because
just
she's
Ariel in name, right? Like
just
not.
Ariel name, yeah, not a, like because she it's hard to like, what am I gonna say? Like, oh, this is just a different version of Ariel. That's what I said, and it's like she understands it, but she's like still kind of like, well, where's the other Ariel? Because it's a cartoon, right? Like she's expecting to see the cartoon version that she's watched for a long time, not the Haley Bailey version that they recreated. But it's a
Right.
cute show. Like I recommend it for the kids. Like it actually it's like it's a nice little show. You know what's funny? I want to say this about Disney kids because I get I'm not a, obviously I watch cartoons and like things with myself and with my daughter, but you know what show I don't like, Jace, for whatever reason, is Mickey Mouse's Clubhouse.
Oh, really?
I
No.
don't know why I don't like it, bro. I really don't like it. So every time it comes on, I'm like, dang it, here we go.
So
She's gonna watch it.
you prefer Minnie Mouse, the Minnie Mouse show, than
Yeah,
Mickey's
the boutique
Clubhouse?
is cute. I think the boutique one is cute, but for
The
whatever reason, I don't like the other one. Good.
the regular cartoons. What is it? The Wonderful World of Mickey Mouse or whatever. The ones where they're more like hand drawn style, not the 3D style. That's the superior one, right? And as far as like
The
the
Mickey
newer
shorts,
ones,
they're called, I think.
yeah,
Yeah, those are freaking fantastic. We watched those like so many times. She still loves those. Those are awesome. This is the one, the ride for Disneyland that they came out with.
right. Yeah,
See,
those ones
yeah,
I love those. I'll watch those by myself.
yeah, dude, they're
They're pretty
awesome.
funny.
We were watching this one particular episode. Sorry, I'm gonna go on a rant, ladies and gentlemen. But there's one where he has a prized pig that he sings with, and the pig is like,
Oh yeah.
it's like his cute little pop pig or something. That
Yeah.
one, but it's like a little one. You see on the right, and it gets
Oh, this guy.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it says, "I'm a little pig and me." It's super cute, dude, and it's really funny. At some point, like, because it gets so big, it loses its like cutesy voice, and so, but
Uh,
they had made a following of like them singing together in that cute voice, and so Donald Duck, I think, gives them the idea like, hey, just play a record in the back while you're performing, and let him lip sync, and he lip syncs, and then the record skips and goes. It's really funny, bro. But it's a good episode.
oh my
They
gosh.
have a lot of bangers. It's sad to me, Jace, that we're not gonna get another season. Like it's so stupid of them not to like bring it out. Like like we're gonna talk Acolyte, we're gonna talk Disney. Like I know a lot of people hate Disney. I really don't hate Disney. Like I'm wearing my little Disney shirt right now. Dude, look, check this out. Mickey
Oh, there you go.
Mouse.
There you
I
go.
got this for Father's Day. My sister in law got it for me, and my brother. Um, but yeah, dude, I've been watching that, and I think I've been watching the Quiet Place trailer a lot. I'm just kidding. In theaters, so just joking. I'm sorry.
So I gotta tell you a story because I didn't realize this, but oh,
You're gonna
hello.
sorry. You're
Oh,
gonna
what?
tell me that they played the trailer before the movie.
I thought they were going to. Oh my gosh. So
I would have.
there was.
I
We
would have
got there.
walked out, bro. I would have. I'm like, I'm done.
Imagine, dude, if they had played the trailer. So like they were tweeting about it, right? Finally, the trailer's not going to be in the mix because it's coming out, so they'll stop playing it because it was in front of like every movie.
Yeah,
But
it was
we got
crazy.
there, like on time, and then we were sitting there, and like I was guesstimating like how much time was left before they actually would start like the pre crawl before the movie starts, right? And like they just kept playing trailer after trailer. They pretty much played everything. Like they played the Joker trailer. They played the new one with Brad Pitt and George Clooney. What's that called? Workers something?
I don't
I don't
know.
remember what it's called. I can see the
It's not. It's
logo.
not the tequila commercial.
No.
They're in motorcycles. I'm just kidding.
But they just kept playing new trailer after new trailer. Like the Alien trailer came out. I mean, they're all pretty solid trailers. But dude, I was like, they're out of trailers. Like, there's nothing else. Like, because they played the new Smile 2 trailer. Like, I couldn't think of anything else. And then there's another one that come out. I was like, dude, if they play the Quiet Place trailer, and my wife looked at me, was like, they wouldn't. I was like, I don't know. But no, it was the
Huh.
yeah. Unfortunately, it went to Nicole Kidman, and everybody was happy. So yeah, celebration for no longer watching that same trailer. Though it, I'm glad they still kept. I'm kind of glad because they still held a lot to the chest of like you know all the stuff that was actually in the movie because they didn't show that much in the trailer, right? It was just kind of like day one. You guys get it. It's going back to the first initial, happenings of these aliens, and I thought it worked. I thought it worked. So, well, I mean, we'll get into it. Do you want to
I kind of want you to get into it now. I
you
want
want
you
to
to
get
give me
into
a
it now?
review, but I want to say this, guys,
All right, go
because
ahead.
you're probably going to notice this a lot. I'm looking to my sides a lot because I just got a new little puppy. She's like a mix of a lot of craziness, and
Oh
she's
yeah.
like a big little pup.
What kind of
She's gonna
dog
be
is
a
it?
large breed. I don't know.
Is it a
You'd have to
mix?
ask my wife. Yeah, it's a mix. So like,
Mm.
I think it's like some sort of husky, some sort of something, something. I don't know. My wife is good with knowing these things. I don't know. Like because her tail is curled, and so it means it's something, and it's like like things like
She's
that.
a big brown dog with big paws, and
Yeah, she's like humongous, and so I have to look because she's a puppy. She's like on this like I don't know. I'm for sure friends with the cats have had puppies, but maybe I don't know. But like they like to chew on everything, and so I got her this. We got her this bone, and she likes to chew on the frickin' the curtain. So I have to keep looking. Like I got either I got to stop her or look at. So I apologize. My attention's here. I'm listening. I just need to pay attention to that as well. It's like a new kid, dude. It's crazy. But yeah,
it is crazy.
please talk about the Quiet Place.
What can I say about the Quiet Place? It was really
Was it
well
really
done.
quiet?
It was quiet. Oh my gosh, dude, that theater was so quiet. I was very surprised. Like sometimes we go to these movies and we're just we get the bad experiences where people are talking, people are coughing, people are like, really disruptive. The last one we went to, this guy was just like laughing and joshing at the screen like the whole time, and my wife was just like rolling her eyes, like, "Oh my gosh, this guy." But dude, Quiet Place, everyone was silent. Like the whole time the movie started, you could hear a pin drop, and dude, these movies, right? These are the ones that you just want to see what happens, and the tension was building. I don't want to give away too much. Uh, Pretty small cast. She's the star of the show for sure. Lupita Nyong'o did such a good job. I wanted to see what was going to happen with her the whole time. I think the thing I liked the most about this movie was the characters, because she doesn't this look like it's straight out of that other movie she's in. The
Which one?
was it? Is it Up? No. The,
Nope.
no, the one before Nope. Us. Was it Us?
Oh, us. Yeah, yeah, us.
She has the same like the dark lighting.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that. I thought you were talking about her face. There's that. Oh my gosh, I forgot her name right now. But she's the girl that comes out in The Last of Us. She's the one that is the
The Last of Us
girlfriend
show.
of The Last of Us show. She's the girlfriend of Ellie in the show. Do you remember?
I
Oh
don't know
my
her name.
gosh, Riley is her name, and I think I want to find this real quick because I it's because you brought this up and I freaking it's part. Oh, Storm Reed. You remember? Storm Reed.
Storm Reed. Okay, yeah.
Storm Reed. Okay, so she comes out in like the like I think in the movie The Nun, Euphoria, The Last of Us. I think in a few other movies, but she always does this particular face where she's like yelling, and they always have that capture of her face doing that. That's what I thought you were talking about.
Oh,
She's always
where she's like,
same face. She's like, I can't do it, but she does a sweet face. It's funny, bro. But continue, please.
this one I was glad that they used footage that was from the movie in the actual, like from the trailer in the actual movie. So like there are scenes in the trailer that happened in the movie. So it wasn't one of those like where you weren't like, sometimes they cut a different angle.
Would you had preferred them to do that? Like I feel like I think when we're talking with friend of the cast Lex, we keep seeing Deadpool stuff, and they showed another scene where he fights Sabretooth.
Right.
And at this point, I'm like done watching these things, and I send them because I'm like, maybe they want to see this, but I'm like, I feel like I should stop because it's like we're seeing way too much. Like,
yeah.
do you want
Yeah,
that
that's true.
different cut, or do you want it to be the same?
I think it worked in this case, that because I was kind of glad that they didn't take some of the stuff from the trailer out, right? Because I was hoping that some of those shots that were really tense in the trailer, at least for the first couple times you watched it, it was very tense, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. And then I was glad they had those in there, and it added to it, like you get to see the full sequence, so that was good. I wanted to just highlight this comment from LJ. He says the cat was the big star, dude. The cat is so good in this movie. He does so much stuff, dude. I totally agree. The cat is obviously her pet. She has or it's not her pet. It's supposedly it's a what's it called, a service animal. I don't know if they have a shot of the cat. They should, but dude, the cat does so much. Like I thought the cat was gonna be the one to get eaten like right off the bat, but it has a lot of stuff to do.
That's awesome. I'm glad. I thought that was my big question. Right? Is the cat gonna survive?
I
If
know, right?
not, then
It's
I'm
like
not watching. I'm done.
I'm not. They're done. I like those movies like it when it's always sad when like the dog dies right away in the movie, and you're just like, oh, why? Like, why do you
Yeah,
got to
but
do that?
also like yeah, the beginning of an animal dying is pretty harsh, but I think like when it builds up to them dying is far worse. Like I think like
Oh, true.
spoil I am legend, dude. Oh, dude,
That was heart wrenching, right?
that was
That was the
yeah,
saddest thing.
yeah, dude.
Yeah,
And I remember it being like, oh my god, like why you didn't have
it
to like.
was a good scene though. Like
It's a great
but
scene, like
like
because
oh my gosh, like yeah,
it's sold so well by Will Smith, and I think like it's so well written and done in the movie that like it just works so darn well. You know what I mean? But like, I don't want to see the dog die.
oh, there's a little picture of the cat right there. But
What's the cat's name? Good do.
I don't even know if the cat had a name
Was it
because
perfect?
it could have been. The cat does a lot, though. I will agree that the cat is one of the major stars. I wonder how many cats they used because the cat had to do quite a bit. Uh, like
I
our
think it's only
cat,
one cat, bro. I think it's only one cat.
is it just one cat? It could have been
Yeah, because
because
I
sometimes,
seen
like like movies like Beethoven, they use like a dozen different
I think
dogs
he
and
had
like
yeah, because I seen recently they had a name for that cat. Like he has a like
he's been on
a
like the talk shows and everything, going doing the circuit
probably. I mean,
promoting
I
the.
think if Ellen DeGeneres hadn't been like talked about how
She was still around.
evil she
She'd be
was
there.
and she was still around, I think they would have probably interviewed. I'm gonna interview the cat. As he talks, he's like, "Look at this cat." I don't know why I did that voice like that, but I feel like that's
Is
what
that
she
your
would do.
Ellen impression?
That is my Ellen impression. I'm
I'm
pretty
glad.
sure she'll probably do a really great me impression. Dude, I was trying to,
Ellen
I
would
was
do a
trying
good
to
view
type,
impression.
I was trying to type Quiet Place, and I was
Yeah.
typing One Piece, dude. Oh my gosh.
There's the cat. Oh, there's the cat.
Let's see.
Front and
His
center.
name is Frodo the cat, bro. That's his name.
Oh, Frodo's the name. Oh, you're right. Frodo's the name of the cat in the movie. Yes. I don't know what the actual name of the cat is. The cat should be credited here. Why don't they put that in IMDb? That'd be cool. Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, the cat was great. I was glad that the cat was in the movie. Like that really added a cool element to it. It's so funny though. We were driving back home, and my wife was like, "Dude, if this was our cat in this situation, we've all have died like right off the bat. Like the cat would have been like wow, like like just for no reason, and the creatures would have been like like right to us. It would have been really bad. But yeah, dude, I will say here's the thing that I really liked about this movie, and my wife agrees. Like she really liked it. I asked her, "What'd you think? What'd you think of it afterwards?" And she's like, "It was really good. I really liked it." And there's a lot of there's a lot of she said there was a lot of like wholesome moments or something like she used a certain term like feel good moments, but um I can't think of the right word that she said, but the thing I really liked about the movie though is that it focuses on the characters and you get time to like I think this is one thing that the Acolyte's missing, right? Is like the writing, you don't know who these characters are, we don't care about the characters. You're like if something happens to the characters, you're like, I don't know you. Like it doesn't really matter. Right. But these characters in this movie, and it's a pretty small cast. You got this guy from Stranger Things, Joseph Quinn, and you got Lupita Nyong'o and Dijon Hansu. Those are probably like the three reoccurring people that you see in this movie. Like it's a pretty small. Like even like when you see the credits roll, like the cast is very small. It's mostly just the people that are all supporting this cast, and you take so much time getting to know them that if something happens when they're put into those stressful situations, right? When the creatures are coming, you feel it, right? You really are like feeling that tension because you don't want something to happen to them because like these people, like you've gotten to know these people over the course of the movie, and I think that goes along with horror films and like when you really get to know these characters, it just adds that it ratchets up that tense intensity, and I think that's what really worked. So overall, I think it was good, dude. It was a great installment. I know you're like, give it to me whole. Like
I dude,
I'd watch it again. I'd watch it
I'm
again.
disappointed. I see. No, I'm not disappointed, but I'm also like kind of like I'm shocked because the way you made it seem was like you didn't like it, and I
Oh
don't know
no,
if
I
okay, you enjoyed it, okay, because it
I
seemed
didn't.
like you were gonna go somewhere way different. I don't know what you're gonna say, but you're gonna be like, oh, this and that. The great characters. Hated the movie.
Hated
Too
the movie.
quiet for me.
It was too quiet. It was too quiet. No, it was really well written as far as like because there's not a lot of talking in the movie, right? So you have to write it for the silence, and they did such a good job of telling you so much with just little moments between the characters and silence, and even the cat, bro. Like I felt like I
Yeah.
knew the cat at the end of the movie. I was like that was a great cat, like I don't want
I
to. I
want him. I
don't.
want him. Let's
I
adopt
want
him.
to. It's like let's get a new cat.
That's cute, dude. I'm excited for the movie. I mean, I'm not like super super excited, but I'm excited to go watch it based on what you've said. Um,
I was
let's check it
excited
out.
when I first started the movie. I looked at my wife. I was like, "Are you excited for the movie?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "I'm excited." Like I was looking forward to this one. So, um, yeah, go check it out. Let me know your
Sweet.
thoughts. If you guys saw it in the chat, if you guys watched it, let us know. Did you like the movie? I'm curious to hear their thoughts as well.
That's the
Ernie,
scene I'm looking forward to, bro. When Digimon goes like this.
when he goes,
The-
shh.
That right
I
there,
was
right
I
there, right
was
there.
see that was the scene. I'm glad it was in the movie, right? Like
Oh,
if they
thank
didn't
you,
have that
maker,
scene,
dude. I would
you
have
would
been
have been
pissed.
upset, right? You would have been
It's kind of
upset.
like how pissed I was with Iron Man 3, where you're introduced to what's the guy's name? What's the villain from Iron Man 3's name, dude?
Are you talking
Uh,
about
Come on,
You'll Never See Me Coming or the
that
other
guy.
guy?
Yeah, well, that scene, but I forget the name of the main villain. Is that guy's
The
name too?
Mandarin. The Mandarin?
The Mandarin, thank you. And he does this sweet line in the trailer where he goes, "You'll never see me coming." Like it's so dope. And you're
That's
like,
Ben Kingsley.
"Dang, Ben Kingsley, brother, brought it." And then they're like, "Nah, that's too hardcore for him. Let's change it up." And I'm like,
I
and
know.
then I was so disappointed. I'm still disappointed. Hopefully there's a cut of it in one of these lifetimes that we get. But all right, well, let's get into the box office breakdown, my friend. I kind of want to see
Oh,
if this movie's already doing well, dude.
where's the little sound, bro? You got to you're supposed to help us
Hold
out with
on,
the
are you ready?
sound.
Hold on, I'm coming. I'm coming. What is it called again? The sound? Spotlight Cinema? No, wait.
It's called the box office. It's right there.
Oh, I see it.
Get the popcorn out. Get the popcorn out.
you you press it like three times.
I think we both clicked at the same time. So yeah, so it just came out on Thursday, and right now it's in second place. Uh, it's 6 million. Well, it's Inside Out 2 is still going strong. It came in at 411 million in its second week, and it's made 865 worldwide. That's a lot. It's doing quite well. Quiet Place has, it's only made, well, I mean, so far we've only seen it make 6,000. So we'll see what happens at, like towards, the end of next week to see how it's doing. Um, Dude, the Bollywood movie Kalik, 2,880, sorry, 98 AD. It's made 5,000 or 5 million at the box office. Dude, that's crazy. Was I saying thousand? I apologize if I was saying thousand. Um, Bad Boys Ride or Dies at number 3. Horizon, dude, this is the Kevin Costner movie, the one that he directed. It's like 5 parts. I heard that it's gonna be like a
Oh, okay.
5-part.
That's cool. So I had heard it was 4, but I didn't know it was going to be 5. I mean, it's not cool, but it's a lot. I feel like this would have probably been a show on like one of those like random streaming services like Epic. You know what I mean? Like one of those. But I'm glad that he made enough money, or he put enough money into this movie to bring it out to theater. I might go check this out myself next weekend or next week, sorry. Because I really want to see this. I don't think I don't want to miss it, dude. I like these kinds of movies. They're freaking awesome.
Well, yeah, like you heard what happened, right? Like people were talking about, oh, he's not returning to Yellowstone, and people were all mad because I love that show. Though Yellowstone's a great show.
I heard, yeah,
Um,
I heard it's a good show.
and what happened was they were saying like, can't he was talking with them, right? He's like, I want to make my movie. I have I'm putting up my own money to make this movie, and I want to film it in between the seasons, right? So we have from here to here where we're not filming anything and production is supposed to start at this time, and they're like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And so he took their word for it. He put his own money down, hired the actors, the crew, everyone's sitting there like ready to go, and they start filming, and then the studio for Yellowstone changed the dates on him, and he's like, I've committed money, and like I'm supporting a crew, right, to like film this movie. You can't just up and change the dates on me. And they're like, well, this is what's going to happen, was how it's going to work out. And he's like, I can't go back to the show because I've already made this commitment. And like, that's the part that like you see, like he did like a little apology TikTok. I saw it. Or like he did a little video, right? He's like, sorry guys, I'm not going to be coming back to this season of Yellowstone. And he doesn't say why, but in the interviews where like there's like some interview, I forget if it was Cannes Film Festival or something, wherever he was talking about promoting his movie. They're like, why aren't you returning back to Yellowstone? And he's like, believe me, I love that show. It's just that they didn't follow up on their commitments, and like it sucks, right? Like it's ridiculous that they didn't honor their agreement because he's putting up his own money. So it's
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. I hadn't known that he put his own money until they were talking about the casting, and I think he cast his son for one of the roles, if I'm not mistaken. and they ask him, they're like, oh, or people are like, oh, there's nepotism because he cast his son or something like that, and then but they ask him in the interview, and he's a beautiful boy or something, like, I forget what he said, something sweet, and then like the comment was like on Twitter where like people were like, he put his own money, he can hire whatever the
Yeah, you
heck
can
he
hire whoever he
wants,
wants.
like
Oh,
it's his own. You know how much money it costs to make a movie? I mean, I'm not. I mean, we're not filmmakers, but it's a pretty good pricing.
It's a huge it's a huge time commitment,
Yeah.
financial commitment. Like, that's a big deal. Hayes Cosner, he's Nathaniel. So I guess why not? But what was it? Thor, was it Love and Thunder, where Thor put in his entire family was in that movie, right? Like, his wife was in there, all his sons were in the movie. So it's like, it's not a big deal. Like, it's movie. But I'm with you, bro. Like, I when I first saw the trailer, I was like, like, it wasn't really selling me. But then the more I'm like seeing like this is all like press tour stuff. But the more I'm seeing it, and the more like buzz that's been going around about it, the more it's like I kind of want to check it out, because I do like he's a good director. He's a good actor as well. And I feel like, if he's putting up his money to like actually, that's his mark of approval. I mean, I'll see it. I'll probably watch it.
Yeah, I'm probably
five parts, bro. 5 parts.
That's wild. Great. Well, let's do it. 5 parts. I'm in for
we got the A-list. We can do it. Ernie's a wielding A-list member now. So we got daily. We gotta go back to the daily. Let's see what's in the rest of the
we didn't even talk about this. He posted this. I'll just say we'll watch it again, but I left kind of disappointed. I wanted it to build more into the universe, or more in the universe.
Is he talking about My Place?
Yeah.
You'd watch it again, but you left kind of disappointed.
Oh, you wanted to build. The thing, if he left disappointed because of that, I don't know if like the second time would like make you feel more like, again, I haven't watched the film yet, but I don't know if that would make you feel like, it's a lot better the second time going around. You know what I mean?
So I'm not gonna spoil it, but there is some world building, but like, I don't know. Like, do you think they're gonna make another one? That's the question, right? Like, is this just a prequel and it's a one and
they're
done?
making another one with Cillian Murphy. Isn't that like the?
Oh, are they?
I think so. If I'm not mistaken, I think so. Last time I recall, but I could be wrong. It could have been a fever dream. It was like something I was wanting. You know what I mean?
he was in the second one though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, so he would be the.
So you think they're gonna watch
to that
his early, like, before he became this crazy?
I think so, guy? Possibly.
Interesting.
Okay. But I got to double check. I don't quote me on that, friends of the cast. I want to kind of like, we'll look into that a little bit more. But I do recall them talking about that. But continue, please.
I'm with you though. Like, as far as like the world building, like, I kind of want to know more. Like, it did tease me. Like, I kind of want to see more in this world. I think it's a good premise. Like, it's a good not bad guy, but monster, right? Like, it's a good because it's pretty deadly. Like, the way, like, they just hear any sound and they come running towards you. Like, that's pretty terrifying. So in that aspect, I do want to learn more. Like, how do they, like, what's their goal? Are they just trying to take over? Are they like a virus, or is it like?
I feel like I think the big story is going to be like someone or something sent them to wipe out the human race, and then you're going to get because they're what are they called? I think they're called Death Angels, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Something like
those
that.
Creatures, Death.
Oh, like what they're actually called? I didn't know there was a name for them.
Yeah, I think they have a name. You really didn't know that they had a name?
I didn't know that.
They're called Death Angels. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
What are the Death Angels? Yeah.
Was it Marvin the Martian or somebody? There's some cartoon alien that doesn't like he's like, you're being too loud. He's like,
that sounds like Marvin the Martian, honestly.
It sounds like Marvin the Martian,
especially with that voice he did. But yeah, so they could essentially be something is sending them, and then I don't know. But yeah,
interesting. That'd be cool. That'd be crazy.
I'm excited because like the more you guys talk about it, the more it gets me like I get. See, I don't know if I have the opposite effect, but sometimes I get these moments where, like, if you talk about something, whether you like it or not, like, it kind of causes me to, well, like, let me figure that out by myself. Like, I want to see this, you know what I mean? Like, he said it disappointed him with the universe. Like, I kind of want to see why. You know what I mean? Or like you, or you love the characters. I want to see why. Like I want to see it for myself.
Mhm.
You've gotten me more excited for it than I probably would have been. So I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. I'm gonna buy tickets tonight. Tell the wife about it.
She's gonna have to watch it.
Yeah, I'm excited. But let's
I,
continue. Dude.
I was gonna say though, I do feel like we're spoiled in this day and age where, we have so much content. Like if this were to come out in like the 90s, bro, this would have been touted as like a huge success, right? Like because
They're like an aliens or like like that.
yeah, just because we've gone so far with all of our technology and what we can do. It's a beautifully shot movie. Like it takes place in New York. That's not a spoiler, right? Like you saw it in the trailer. But
Hey, whoa! I thought
the
this
way
was
hey now. But like I've had to go to work several times. That my work takes place in New York, and so I've had to go to New York several times. And like there are places that they're wandering through, and I'm like, that looks just like New York. How did they do this? Like how like you have to literally close off a street if you're gonna film this. And we were looking in the credits, like there's a whole New York crew that had to film on location, and it's just like so good, bro. Like so much went into this movie. You could tell like it was really well done. I appreciated that. Like, how do you make an apocalyptic New York? I mean, I guess they've done it before in many like Independence Day, like lots of those. But
you know what I
go ahead.
appreciate?
What do you appreciate?
You.
Oh, thank you, sir. I appreciate you as well.
Let's continue.
I don't know where to go from there. Let's talk about the Acolyte.
No. I want to get to the Acolyte at the very end. Let's get into
Okay.
the behind the reels, my friend. I want to get into the news. I feel like we could talk about Acolyte.
Well, for those of you that are wondering, to round out the top 5, Bike Riders is still in the number 5. I just wanted.
Let's go.
We didn't talk about Garfield, bro. It has
still
dropped.
There?
No, it has dropped out of the top 5. It's on number 6.
Do you want to talk about that? Like, wow, it dropped. It was going to. Inside Out is up there. Like,
True.
The only thing that like Minions, whatever 4 is going to come out soon. I'm like really curious to see if that's gonna like topple a lot of things too. Because Minions is a big IP, brother. Like I'm excited. I'm taking my daughter, dude. Or I'm going to see this movie with her, without her. You know what I mean? Just kidding.
It does. It has that universal appeal, right?
You know what I mean?
Hitting
like,
all the quadrants. I don't know about the women. I guess
if it's gonna take everything down.
Do you think it hits all 4 quadrants? I think it does. I feel like.
I mean, yeah.
With the new baby that he has, the Gru baby, I feel like that's kind of going to attract the women. But like as far as like us,
I don't know about attracting
our audience, the kids.
I think the women are just going to be. It's like
I feel like because the kids want to go.
Either because the kids want to go or the husbands want to go. Like I drag my wife to those movies. She doesn't like those. You know what I mean? Like she doesn't really care for them, but like I do.
Yeah,
I feel like probably the same with your wife, dude. Like
I wanted to just quickly bring up this this tweet that you sent to me. Okay, disconnected. I don't know how that happened.
Whoa, brother.
Whoa, you're seeing my face. There we go.
Oh yeah, this is good.
This is good. It's Jenny Tabler, PhD says. Oh, I guess at Jenny Tabler. Disney owns the right to the Muppets. Like she's shouting into somebody's. It's that meme where you're shouting into somebody's face and he's just like, whoa. Disney owns the rights to the Muppets and could just make remakes of the Disney classics with the Muppets, and yet they make us suffer through the live action remakes. Send tweet. I love it. It's like she's yelling. It says send tweet. But this is awesome, bro. This is such a great idea.
I love these memes. There's one, man, I'm a big fan of The Grinch. I've told you guys this many times. But there's like they use like memes like this, or there's another one where there's a girl in a club or a guy doing the same shouting at a girl, and it's like just a picture of a still of that, and someone will write something, and one of them is like, so he lives on Mount Grumpus or something like it. It's talking about the Grinch, and they're so hilarious, bro. But I had been saving that tweet for a while. I bookmarked it. Thank you. What's her name? Let me look at it real quick.
Tabler.
Is Jenny _ Tabler. Sorry.
Tabler. I don't know.
Whatever. But so I had saved that for you because I'm like, I know you're a big Muppet fan, but like when I read it, I'm like, dude, yes. Why haven't they done that? What a stupid thing like not to do. Like, you know what I mean? It's like
People would
it's
watch them, right? People would
easy
totally
money,
watch them.
easy
Yeah.
money, dude. Like it makes sense, especially for what Disney is trying to do, right? Like Bob Iger's like, we're gonna mine IP. Well, dude, right there, you're mining IP with the Muppets and all your catalog. Remake freaking I can't even think of a good Robin Hood, the little cartoon, like the
Oh
when
yeah,
they
the
did, like,
classic Robin Hood would be awesome.
yeah, like the you know, like or a freaking the Great Mouse Detective with the little rat. What's his name? The little Muppet
Rizzo,
rat.
Rizzo the rat.
Thank you. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like things like
Oh
that.
yeah, the Great Mouse, dude.
Dude,
Totally. They proved it with like the Muppets Christmas Carol and like the Treasure Island, right? Like these are classic books that they just
classic.
redid with Muppets. Like they
Yeah.
can do the exact same thing. Oh dude, easy
That's
money.
the thing, brother. It's like I don't know how they don't like think of these things, but I'm sure they have like a slate of like, oh, this is what needs to be out before this. So I don't know. Whatever, they're dumb, but I mean, dude,
You're dumb.
wait, me or
No. That's
well,
not
I'm
like
not
a,
holding the Muppets back, Jace. I'm the
isn't
one
that a
putting this
meme
tweet out.
where it's all you're dumb, you're dumb.
Dude, I
What
don't
is that?
know.
Oh, you don't know? You're not.
You know what?
TikTok.
My wife says that when I joke with her, she goes, "You're dumb, you're dumb."
Yeah, see,
But
she gets it from. Go ahead.
maybe
Go ahead.
possibly, who knows? She's they call her. She bought she bought me these UGG boots because I don't know. I just really wanted these UGG boots for Christmas time when it gets really cold because where we live it's gotten colder and colder. I don't know why they just look comfortable and I'm like I want to try them out. I couldn't afford them myself, so I'm like if someone's gonna get them for me, and I always talked about them. I'm like I like someone, and she ended up getting them for me, dude. And she called
Dang,
them
that's awesome.
and I texted you, I'm like, look at my fresh lemon pepper steppers. That's what she said, and I thought it was so funny, stupid. I think I'm just a big fan of my
Lemon
wife.
pepper
Obviously, I'm
steppers.
in love with her, but I think that's why it's funny to me. But let's talk about this next little tweet that I had. Actually, not tweet. It's an email that I got from the friends of the cast at Spotify, who allow us to post our podcast right through their great service podcast or whatever it's called now. Um, it's up there if you can put it up on that.
Yeah,
So
I got it.
yeah, post it, my friend. It says
I don't know if
thank you for being a premium. Well, thank you for being a premium subscriber. Starting on your billing date in July, your subscription price will change from $16.99 a month to $19.99 a month. We're increasing the price of Premium Family so that we can continue to invest and innovate on our product offerings and features and bring you the best experience. Thank you for choosing Premium, the Spotify team. Now, Jason, you and I are Spotify family, are we not?
That's right. That's right, dude. This is. I was gonna say this isn't even a news story. This is Ernie. Ernie's mad. Ernie's mad
No,
about the
no, no,
situation.
no, no. I mean, I'm not. I mean, it's more money. It's annoying
Right.
because we're not getting anything, is what I was thinking. But I wanted to
Yeah.
gather your thoughts on this because friends of the cast, we always talk about subscription services. They're only going to get higher. They're only going to.
That's right.
This is going to get more, and the way that they're going to do it is by enticing you with little things that you think you need that you really don't. So they're going to be like, oh, we're going to give you this audiobooks, something. And I think that's what they're doing because I've never seen this in my whole Spotify career. Let me know if you know this. But now I can get audiobooks. Right now, dude, Jace, the other thing that I've been doing with my free time, you're going to be like, well, Ernie, why don't you have time for me? And I'm like, well, Jace, I'm doing other things, dude. You know, I have the little puppy, the daughter, and then this audiobook that I'm reading Darth Plagueis.
Oh, okay.
I'm reading.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm not reading. It's getting read to me. That just sounds funny, but I feel like. Do you say I'm reading it?
Is it you're reading it if you're listening to the audiobook? I say I'm
Exactly.
reading it.
I think it's reading it, right? Because I am paying attention. I'm like, dude, great book. Dude, I'm having a fantastic time reading it.
Yeah.
Or listening to it. It's funny to me that this is more enticing than any episode I've seen of The Acolyte.
Oh wow.
It's
So that-
crazy. I've only read like chapter 2. Or
I
had it
mean,
read to me. I'm sorry. I keep saying that.
we've said it before. Like the writing in the Acolyte is not a strong suit, right?
But that's the thing. It's like what I don't get, Chase, if I may rant here, when you have such a prolific way of the stories being told
Mhm.
in a time like in the Star Wars timeline, in any book or movie or whatever, like why not use that? Like why change it up? Like I get it. We keep saying that, or people keep saying, oh, they're filling the narrative of making her LGBTQ plus positive or this and that, and adding. Yeah, that's all well and dandy. Do it doesn't matter. Yeah, do it. That's fine. Give me a good story. Like follow these
Mhm.
stories. There's a reason that these stories have stood the test of time, right? Like why they're still great. I don't know about Darth Plagueis. I've actually never seen this. I've never read this myself. Um, this is my first time actually like just knowing that it exists. So having it read to me, it might be one of the newer ones. I don't know, but it's really interesting. It's like it's pretty cool. Like the way that the story is being told to you, and the narrator is really has a great voice.
That's
It's
cool.
really good, and so that's why I brought this up because is that what Spotify is giving us, Jace? Is it
Maybe
audiobooks? Is that what the extra $10-$20 or sorry, what is it? 17, 18, 19, 20,
it's going to
$3
19.99.
is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. It looks pretty cool though, dude. I like this cover. Darth Plagueis.
It's a cool they he goes into detail pretty well. Like so I've read a few books where they introduce a character and they give you like minor detail about how they look. This one they give you minor detail on how they look, but because the way it's said in a way, I'm like, oh, I know what he looks like. I
You
don't know.
can visualize it in your
And I can
mind. Yeah.
visualize it in my mind. I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool,
Um, but yeah,
dude. I wanted to talk about your point where it feels like. Remember when they made the extended universe not canon, right? Like all the extra like fan materials that not fan materials, but like other supplemental materials that was in the Star Wars universe, and then they just were like, no, just that's not going to be canon anymore. And then what are they doing? They're mining it, right? They're taking all the parts that they want to, like I mean, we're gonna talk about episode 5, like his helmet, right? That's somewhere in the extended universe, like in some books, and
yeah,
they
yeah, yeah.
just took it, and it's
Yeah.
like,
It's
why?
Cortices or something like that. And I mean, we'll get into that later. But yeah, there's a lot of that's the thing about Star Wars. It has a lot of lore building with like books and comics and all that stuff. But a lot of it we don't know about because like obviously we don't read everything. Like we love Star Wars, but the movie universe, not the books and all that stuff. Like we haven't gone.
Yeah.
I've only read like one book that I got a long time ago.
But like,
Um,
imagine if you are a fan of the extended universe stuff, and you're reading it, and then you see something like that, it's like deep lore, and you see it up on the screen, and it's done so poorly, and you're like, no, like this is
that's
not
not
how it
how it
is in the
is.
book. It's like just follow the books, like you're saying, like
But that's the thing,
why
bro.
it's right
Like
here. It's right here. Just do this and do a good job. It's a good
we
story.
see that's the tricky part. And again, we're not filmmakers, but from what I've always gathered, not everything translates well that is from movie to book, right? So they
I
take
mean,
liberties and they change things. For instance, in the Harry Potter book, the first one, the Philosopher's Stone or Sorcerer's Stone here in America, um, uh, they there's a scene where the snake in the beginning, remember the Dudley is hitting the glass, he's hitting the glass and he goes through it, right? And the snake goes away, right?
mhm.
And remember he leaves or whatever, and he tells Harry Potter thanks or whatever.
Yeah.
In the book he says thanks senor or something like that. I forget some weird line, and like because it's Spanish, it's from Brazil or something like that. And so he says something like that. And I remember thinking in the book it sounded so stupid, and in the movie it was much better. Do you get what I
Mm.
mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
so
Some things
some things
some
just
things do
don't.
translate differently, right? Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, but I don't want to defend it. Don't get me wrong. Like I think you're right. I think with Star Wars they should probably lean more into the actual lore that's already been built on there. But again, I mean, we're getting the first Sith Lord here, so I don't
Mm.
know. So
I was
called.
trying to find. Did you see that the George R. R. Martin was talking about how when
Wait.
the
George Railroad Martin.
Railroad Martin. Oh yeah.
Go ahead. What
uh,
about him?
I haven't heard that in a while. How he was saying that I can't find that quote. He was doing an interview, and he was saying when people are taking like famous authors' works and making it their own, quote unquote, and how he said like 99% of the time they make it worse. And it's like that's exactly what's happening here, right? Like they're just picking and choosing things from the universe that already exist, and then they're like, let's just put our own spin on it. And it's like, how, when you are taking like J.R.R. Tolkien or Mark Twain or like even George Lucas, right? Like if you're taking those people that are masters at their craft and you think you can do better than them, like it's not, of course it's not going to do. Of course it's going to fail. I was trying to find his quote, but it's just so funny that it seems like a lot of people in Hollywood are coming to that fact. And I think I even sent you that Family Guy clip right today where I was watching like a random episode of Family Guy, and he's like, why don't we just tell good stories? Like it doesn't matter what the actor looks like. Like it just, just let actors be actors and do their job. And if they're good for the role, let them, I don't know what the big deal is. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about what's our next topic, Ernie.
The next topic is something that I saw. It was on the Video Game Chronicles. It was about this video game that's been out for quite some time now, but it just dropped a DLC. It was written by George Railroad Martin, actually.
Oh, no way.
I think he helped build the world or the story. I forget what he did, but he like basically wrote what it was. And it's a From Software game. But yeah, I'll get into the
From Software is the name of the company. Sorry.
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, From Software. Do you want to read the little thing, or do you want me to read it?
I can read it. From Software president. Oh my gosh, Hidetaka
Miyazaki.
Oh, see, maybe you should have read it.
No, go ahead.
Hidetaka Miyazaki has expressed interest in an adoption of The Elder Ring, potentially as a film set in the fantasy world of the Lands Between, created with Game of Thrones author George R.R. Martin. The game follows the tarnished exiles returning to conquer the land after the Elden Ring has shattered. Elden Ring has shattered. Miyazaki mentioned the need for a strong partner to produce this adaptation, emphasizing the importance of trust and collaboration. Since its release in February 2023, the game Elden Ring has shipped over 25 million copies. Oh, sorry, February 2022. Sorry. The game has shipped over 25 million copies. That's crazy. Yeah, it is a very successful, popular game, right?
Yeah. So I've played this game. I've played about 60 hours of it, 60 plus hours, and I've never beaten the game. And it's crazy because I think friend of the cast, Lex, he's played about 100 hours of this game and still hasn't beaten the game. There is so much going on in terms of like lore that's just built into the game, and you don't find this like knowing a map or anything. You literally need to go look for it, and you will stumble upon things. It's crazy. Like they will tell you like these random things like, oh, do this and that, and then you're kind of just do it and things happen and you're just kind of figuring it out. And those who don't know, friends of the cast, this is a Souls-like game. So Souls-likes are very difficult. They kind of come back to like Super Nintendo, NES kind of games, like like the Mega Man, where you fight a boss and you have to keep like you kind of learn their move set, but they do get more difficult as you lower down their health. Right. It's kind of like that, but it's like third person. It's a lot different, but it's very similar to that. And dude, it is hard, bro. Like it is like sometimes you play the game and you feel like so disheartened by like your gameplay of it. You're like, dude, I don't want to play this anymore. And like you're fighting like this difficult boss, and then you'll come back after like an hour or whatever of rest, and you beat that boss, and there's such a feeling of, I can't believe I did this. Like I feel so great, dude. I actually have like videos of me fighting these bosses, bro. I'll have to send it to you one of these days. They're pretty cool because like I was like, man, I have to record what I've done. It's wild. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about what would it be if it was a movie. I know friend of the cast had made the joke, Lex, about how many, because in this game you die like so much. Like it's inevitable. I don't think I've seen someone run the game without dying, but I'm pretty sure there's probably some crazy guy. But I'm wondering what the story would be based on. like how would they like sort of like work it around? Because like I've said, the game doesn't hold your hand. You need to go find these bosses. You need to go find how to level up, how to like, get things like that. So I'm assuming it would just follow like a guide of it in the story. But they look really cool, huh? That's Melina. I believe her name is on the screen there. You're muted.
I was gonna say it looks really cool. As it has a Lord of the Rings feel almost, right? Like kind of that sword and sandal, kind of a mix between Game of Thrones. I don't know. Like this whole battle scene that they show in the teaser, like that feels very Lord of the Rings, right? Like the Battle of Helm's Deep. I don't know. Looks pretty cool. It seems cinematic. It seems like it's well suited for a big, epic movie. But do you think they could tell it in a single movie, or you think they'd have to just pick a piece? Like, is it
I
a
don't
really
know.
long story in the first game?
See, I don't know. I mean, I told you 60 plus hours, and I barely beaten like maybe 3, 4 bosses, and then there's other bosses scattered in the universe. So like, I'm wondering like how like would they follow the main story or do arcs of the story? I don't think this would be a good movie. I'll be quite honest with you.
Oh, you
I think
don't?
this would be
Okay.
a good series, like a
Yeah.
good HBO series. I like. Nah, I know it's George Railroad Martin, but like I think this would be better as an episodic like series of the game where it's like this is the first part of it and this is the second part of it. Because like I said, there is a lot here. There's a lot of lore building. Like you'll find like random creatures of that are like man, I haven't played this game in a while, but you'll find this guy, or I don't know what it is. It's like a big pot, but there's a person inside that big pot, and he's stuck, and you have to kick him in the butt to get him out of the freaking the ground. And he has his own story. It like things like that. It's like I know that sounds silly, but like when you're playing the game, it's like really creepy. It's very eerie. It's really really fun though, dude. I highly recommend. Um, you guys look some playthroughs on it because it's interesting.
It got a really good rating on IGN. It's like it's like a 10 out of 10 game. That's crazy. I was gonna see if I could pull up some more screenshots, but dude, I love these kind of like world settings where it's kind of mythical, huge battles. I think maybe they could just focus on one boss. Maybe like just start with one boss and tell that storyline, and then that could be the first movie. And then I don't know. Again, I haven't played it. I'm still trying to get through God of War. Like I just don't have time to play. But this might seem like one I would pick up like in the next like if I other or Spider-Man. I don't know. We'll have to see. Which one is your favorite between God of War? God of War, Spider-Man, Elden Ring. Which would you play
God of War.
first?
God of War. Yeah, it's a great game.
See, that's what I gotta do. I gotta play through it.
But are you playing the second one or the first one?
Just the first one. I haven't gotten to the first one yet.
Okay, yeah, the first one's really really good, but the second one gets pretty tense.
Really?
Like, it's really dope. I think you're gonna love that one too.
We can get into. Sorry, I was gonna say we can get into the next bit of news. This is also video game news. Go for it, Ernie. Continue.
Oh, dude, I thought you were gonna. This one comes from theankler.com. They're talking to Dan Houser. He's the co-founder of Rockstar Games, and they were talking about if they could adapt Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption, and adding that into giving a Hollywood the treatment, putting it into a movie. And I think he was saying that Hauser resisted movie adaptations due to the lack of creative control and high risk. Now, with the industry more open to gaming IP, Hauser has founded Absurd Ventures and started focusing on creating new IP pipelines. His first project is an audio fiction, which is a series called A Better Paradise. I don't even know why I skipped into that, but yeah. So he used to be the one that used to kind of like mess with Rockstar, but around the time that's when they were trying to get him to adapt these video games into movies. I know you've played Grand Theft Auto. I don't think you've played Red Dead Redemption.
Dude, I played a little bit. I was like on the horse most of the time, just wandering around talking to people.
Dude, Red Dead Redemption 2 is a fantastic game, dude. It is one of my top like 10 games or 5, honestly, top 5 of my life. Like I thoroughly enjoyed that game. It was like the most immersive I've ever been in a video game. It's got like so much going on, and the
Right.
way you,
There's
again, like we talked about
so
with
open
Elden Ring,
world.
right? Like we stumble upon things like the way Red Dead Redemption 2 is, it's like there's always so much more to find, and you're like, holy cow, like had I not done this, like I would have probably not seen this. But it's also very natural. It's like you just play it and things happen. Like I was
Mhm.
uh I was playing the game, or I was talking to my brother, my oldest brother, and he's playing it right now, and he plays it like to completion. I played it just with my run the way I usually play a game, just to play, right? And he was telling me, he's like, "Hey, did you ever notice this in the game?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Yeah, there's a particular moment I won't get too into detail, but where you hear this loud yell in the background while you're walking, and you don't know what it is. You're just walking, and there's like still the ambient noise of the forest, or like I think the swamp area that you're in, and you hear something in the background like ah or whatever, and you don't think nothing of it." And I was like, and he was like, "That's that guy that someone gets killed, and you see it later play out." And I'm like, what? I'm like, that's crazy. And then I watched the scene, and again, I won't get too into detail, but I remember seeing it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I never noticed that scream. I just know what happens after. You know what I mean? I didn't notice the scream, but there's like these little subtle details of the game that are just like so freaking awesome. But adapting that into a film, not those little moments, but like
Y-
the story, because the story is really freaking cool, dude.
Yeah. I think the main storyline you could probably do it, but you can't like get that nuance. It's a similar thing that they had a problem with the Last of Us, right? There's so much nuance that you discover, and that's part of the fun of the game, right?
See,
And
but
it's hard to kind of.
that's a different immersion, right? Like, I
It's a
think
different medium, yeah.
yeah,
Exactly.
it's so different. I think there's a right now there's a moment of I think Hideo Kojima and Jordan Peele, right? We talked about this. They're trying to combine both somehow. I don't know what they're doing, but they're trying to bring the movies and video games together. That immersion or that playability of a certain moment in a movie or whatever. And I think they're
Mm.
trying to do that. I don't know how they're gonna end up doing it, but they're trying. You know what I mean? And I think it's interesting because I feel like I might be wrong, but I feel like video games have gotten so much easier because of the controllers that it's easier to pick up a game and play than it used to be.
True. Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I honestly believe that. Like we played, my wife and your wife don't really play games. I know they play games here and there, but like when they play like Switch or whatever, or like we played that horror game called Until Dawn, and they were playing it, they were able to focus because it was just one control and one button, or something. You know what I mean? Very simple to just play the game, and they played it, and we had a great time. Remember, we beat that game all
Yeah.
together. I think we spent like a few hours. Like we got out. We like finished like at midnight or something crazy like that.
That was fun, dude. That was a
That
fun
was a
time.
lot of fun, dude. I wish we had that again, but I just don't know. There's no game that I could think of a game like that at the moment. But yeah, so I don't know.
I wanted to bring up one thing that my one of my friends, he's traveling around right now, and he went to New York to specifically to go to what they call like a immersive theater experience, which I've never heard of this before, but I wanted to get your take on it. So there's a production called Sleep No More, and I think it originally originated in the UK. But what it is like a building in New York where the whole building, like it's like 5 floors or something, but it's all taken over by this production, and it's like almost like you're living in a movie. And they take you up in this elevator, and you're not supposed to talk. You wear these masks, and it plays out a play, but it's like different rooms have different things going on, and you can wander anywhere. You can touch stuff. You can interact. Think of it as kind of like a haunted house, but it's very controlled, and it's like characters can like take you into different rooms, or they can lead you to different places, and interact. I'd never done it, but I was like, dude, could this be like a future of kind of where entertainment is leading? I was trying to see if I could pull up what is it called? Sleep No More, I think it's called. But anyway, my friend has gone like 3 times because every time you go, it's a completely different experience. And it's kind of a take on here. I found it. It's kind of a take on Macbeth story mixed with something else. Yeah, here it is. Sleep No More. So they have this whole the hotel is called like I forget what the hotel is called. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find it. Here we go. The McKendrick Hotel. But like, would you do something like that? Does it even sound like appealing to you?
No, that sounds scary as heck. Like I would
Yeah?
not do this. Yeah, dude. I don't want to be like with masks watching and do that. Sounds so creepy. It sounds like
Yeah.
straight out of a horror movie that I've watched where someone's gonna wind up dead.
See, I think my wife and your wife would be into it, but I feel like I would be super freaked out, like not knowing what's happening, right? Because
Yeah, but I guess that's the immersion, right? Like it's supposed to take you out of or it's supposed to bring you into the belief of it, not the disbelief of it. You know what? Like when you watch a movie and you see like whatever on screen, you're like, oh, this can't happen. You know what I mean? But then there's like certain movies that are like, well, this could happen.
Right, but I mean it's crazy because they let you can enter at certain times, right? So they take you up in this elevator and then they let you go, and each floor is different. Like each floor has different rooms. Like sometimes you go out into a hallway and you turn a corner and it looks like you're outside, but you're still inside the building. But it's like lit so that it feels like you're outside, and like just like you run down corridors, you go downstairs, and like certain things happen, and you see reoccurring characters and they're doing certain things. So you could choose, I'm just going to follow this character the whole time, and you'll see the through line for that person. Or you could just decide to like wander off on your own and find just a random, just wander. And I think that's why people are enjoying it, because it's always different and it's always unique. And then you can kind of piece different things together for the overall big storyline. But like, it's crazy. Like I like the idea, because I feel like that's something that we don't get in cinema. That's something we don't. It's kind of like a video game in a way, right? It's kind of like a real life video game where like you can go back and play Last of Us, and it's different every time, right? This is something that you can do in like 2 or 3 hours, and you get kind of that whole, choose your own adventure feel. I don't know. It was interesting. I have to go to New York again for another work thing, and I was like looking at it. I was like, oh, maybe I should go, but I can't go. But I would be scared though to go by myself. Supposedly, when you go into this elevator, like they kind of like send you off individually, so you don't, because you have the masks on, unless you recognize the person like that you came with clothes, like you can't really tell where you are. And it's like, oh my gosh, I don't know. I'd be scared, but I don't know. I just wanted to bring it up because that's a whole different type of medium, right? Like that's a whole. Like, it's not like a stage play where you just sit down and you watch, right? You're actually like interacting with people.
You can't touch anything, right? Or anything, like you just are watching.
No, you can. You can interact. You can touch with anything in the. It's kind of like it's like a haunted house mixed with like an escape room, where how escape rooms you can like touch things and look at.
But
things
yeah, but like in the picture you were showing, the guy's like on his typewriter. Like, can I be touching the typewriter while he's doing that? You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, you could, but they'd probably, if you're like crazy and like causing a ruckus, they'd probably escort you out. You're not supposed to talk, right? You're just supposed to like wander and observe, but you can pick up books, you can look at things. I think the cast members will like put you out of the way if they're like trying to get somewhere and you're like blocking them, so they can do certain things. But I'm sure if you're like a nuisance, or if you just start talking, they'll just like escort you out. It's kind of like what's that one theater in LA where it's like if you're noisy, they just find you in the theater.
What it's called.
I wanted, dude, what do you think about getting into our review of a certain snack? Would you be down? Are you down for it now?
I would be down. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I am down. I freaking totally forgot to bring it on hand right now.
Go get it. I'll talk about it real quick.
No, you're good. You're good. Just go. I'll continue. I'll get it.
Ernie and I got a bag of AMC popcorn that we've been talking about for a while. I got him a bag for his birthday. Yeah, is in his like fun bag, and so we each got a bag, and we want to review this because, dude, we don't know, like, what is it? Like, is this worth the time? Is this worth the money? And it's something that we love from the theater, right? Like we love movie popcorn. So let's see if this is any good. I'm gonna have to cut open the bag to try it because this is a pretty thick bag, dude. It's a pretty big bag. So they had the classic butter, and then they also had the like the extra butter, like, which is crazy. So here I got a little knife here. Ernie's grabbing his bag. I'm gonna open this up. I'm gonna do a little taste test. So last week we talked about, if I can open it. Last week we talked about the Netflix one that opened, that got launched, and I still can't find it. Apologize for the sound. Here we go. I open the bag. Let's smell this thing. Oh my gosh, it smells salty. I'll wait for Ernie. But yeah, last. Actually, is there another? Found yours? Oh, he's got it. AMC Popcorn. So yeah, they do have multiple flavors. I was just trying to see what the flavors were. So they have. It looks like they have regular. So this is the one we have is the classic butter, and then they have the extra butter, and then there's another one, lightly salted, which might be the
one to go.
The move, right? Like, well, because this one smells like super salty. So okay, let's give it a try, Ernie. Because I just had some from the Quiet Place.
Let me know what the difference is on from like it being. Hold on one sec. I'm gonna
I don't want to do the ASMR. Like, I'm gonna mute myself because I feel like I'm crunching too much.
I feel like we have to do the crunch, or else.
Dude, it's super salty, bro. Oh wait, so there's actually instructions. It says, "Do not heat the bag, but you're supposed to remove the desired amount of popcorn from the packaging and place in a microwave safe bowl." Oh, I didn't do that. We're just kind of going for it. Should we do it?
No. That's too much. Going downstairs and doing all that. But initial taste, guys. This thing is salty as heck. Super salty. Now, it could be because they put their desired amount of butter. You know, when you go to the AMC, you put your own kind of butter, and like, so this really is all like pre-made for you, but it's like super salty. I can only imagine how much more salty the extra butter one will be.
Right. Why would you want extra butter?
Some people love that saltiness,
It's going to be twice as salty. Oh my gosh. This is really salty.
And I honestly, and it tastes stale. I don't think, it tastes like if you got popcorn from the AMC and you didn't eat it, and then you
waited the next day. That's what it is, bro.
Yeah,
that's exactly what this is.
That's what it is. And you waited.
I'm a little disappointed. I'll be honest. I thought this was gonna be like super delicious, but you're right. It's like they took the popcorn from AMC, they bagged it, and then it kind of like it gets old. I guess if you're like across like overseas or something and you can't get AMC popcorn, but is it worth it, bro? I don't know.
I don't know if you're gonna be like. I don't know if this is gonna be like, man, I need AMC popcorn.
McFly, he just puts hot dogs. Do you want them to wrap up the hot dogs?
No. He wants us to go get a hot dog from AMC, bring it on the cast and eat it.
just to get a glizzy, that they say in New York.
Dude, every time I go, they never have hot dogs. And my wife and I.
Dude, I had one today.
Oh wow, you're a lucky man.
We actually were on our way to the theater, and I was like, we're gonna get some snacks, right? And she was looking on the app to pre-order so that we can have them by the time we got there. And there was this one, it was like a 2 hot dogs and a drink combo, and I was like, I don't want 2. Like, I feel like 2 is too much, and then 1 is just enough. But yeah, I got 1, and I'll be honest, the bun maybe next time we'll get 2, but I'll be honest though, the bun when I got it, it was wrapped up in like a you know, like where they like a sandwich wrap, like a brown sandwich wrap. And so I unraveled it. Yeah. I think if I would just eat it in the theater, I wouldn't have never known this. But because I wanted to put stuff on it, I went to get like ketchup and, you know, whatever you put on the hot dog, and part of it was like white, like it had gone bad, and so I just tore that piece off. I'll be honest, bro. I think they weren't checking it. I think I was like, dude, how old was this hot dog bun? Yeah.
Oh, that's so gross. I mean, I
still ate it, but
I don't ever see those really sell like really well. Every time I go, I always see people getting like popcorn. You know what I mean? Salty. I always get the sealed stuff, like freaking popcorn.
Yeah. The
nachos,
nachos are
yeah, the
sealed.
pretzels.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd say this is like a skip it for me. Like I'm not really. It's a little too salty for me, bro. I was wondering like if you heat it up, would it improve the taste? Like could it? No, I don't think so. It's okay. It's okay if you like really salty popcorn. I think the move is a lightly salted one. Classic butter. Look at this guy. Would you get it again, Ernie? You're muted, but would you get it again?
Sorry, I wanted to get that shot in. No, I would not. I mean, you got it for me. I wouldn't go out of my way to go find it. I do want to go out of my way to go get the Netflix one because that's like something none of us have had. So we have nothing to essentially kind of compare it
Right.
to.
There's no
Right?
comparison. Yeah.
Because like I mean, obviously we've had popcorn, but like I mean, like we haven't had it made for us somewhere. You know what I mean? Like we had at AMC in multiple locations. So
True. And these ones are flavored. Like these ones is These the ones is a classic cheddar kettle and a cinnamon kettle. Ooh, I'm a big fan of cinnamon. I'd probably definitely try that cinnamon kettle.
swoon worthy cinnamon though.
Swoon worthy cinnamon kettle. That's sweet. It's funny. They sell the Popcorn Indiana brand. I saw it in the Walmart when I was looking for the AMC for you, but they didn't have the Netflix branded one. So we got to try it.
I don't think it's out yet, probably, but maybe when it comes out, we'll give it a try.
Maybe we got to order it on Amazon. Maybe.
Probably. I don't even know if they have it there.
But have you guys tried it? I'm curious if you guys have tried this AMC popcorn. Like, I still think, like, straight from the theater is the best because you can kind of judge the amount of butter you're gonna put on it. But yeah, definitely worth trying. But it was just okay. I was a little underwhelmed. What would you say, Ernie, is the best thing at AMC right now? Like the best snack? Is it the nachos?
The best snack I've had there is probably, I want to say for me it's probably the nachos. I think like they've been consistently pretty good, like the cheese and all that. At one point they changed it out for cheddar with jalapeno. I don't know if you recall this. It was disgusting. And I wrote. I was like, nah, we ain't having this. As an AMC investor, I said, we got to change this up or we're not making money. No, but yeah, probably that's one of my favorites. But I'm a big fan of also the pretzel, the Bavarian one. It's like the big one that you get. For whatever reason, that one tastes a lot better than the small ones.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
If you have that next time, I think I'm gonna go get one tomorrow. I'm gonna get a Bavarian pretzel. Send you a picture of it. You're muted. I don't know if you want me to hear you.
Oh, I was just looking up.
You're still in the quiet place. What?
I'm in the quiet place. No, I was looking up the snacks, and I was gonna see if this guy has actually a pretty good shot of all the snacks here. So I would say.
Cool. Oh wow, the fries. That's right.
Oh yeah, the fries are. If you get fresh fries, that's the move, right? Like definitely the fries are usually really good if it's fresh. There's that.
I'm not a big fan of eating fries like that. I don't know why.
There's that Bavarian pretzel that you're talking about. It's really good.
What is this in the front, Jace? That's in front of the chicken nuggets. That
looks like some sort of twist, like a cheddar twist. I think they had that for a little bit. I don't know if they still have it because they took a lot of menu item stuff off. Like I don't know if you can get. Oh, they added the sliders, which I haven't had, but people are saying like it tastes like microwave. You know.
I mean, all this is pretty microwaved, honestly.
I like the mac and cheese bites that are next to the hot dogs right there. Like those are decent. And then the chicken is usually really good. The fries are really good, and they're not. Oh, here, way in the back, the cheese sticks. I'd say the cheese sticks are probably the most consistently delicious. They also have like those little donut things they introduced.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
Well, I want to see what Daily Meal ranked.
What about didn't they have a churro or something like that?
Oh yeah, they had the churros, but they took them off. I'm so sad. That was my go-to for a little bit. Oh, they have a Bavarian pretzel with cinnamon sugar. I would be.
That's probably in certain locations because
chili dog. No. Okay, so look, your nachos ranked number 4 according to this Daily Meal. Yeah. See, mozzarella sticks number 3, chicken slash. Oh, they put the pretzel at number 1. Wow.
Yeah, I mean a pretzel is like always pretty consistent, but yeah, it's all good. I mean,
where's the fries?
I think when you're hungry, the food is so much better. Like I've tasted the chicken tenders off of you. You've given me one,
Look, they make the curly fries at 20.
But
This is
but then also
ridiculous.
like if you go to the AMC dine-in theaters,
Oh yeah, the
they have a
dine-in
different
is
menu.
pretty
But
good.
like there's a chocolate dude. They have a really good chocolate shake and it has like a brownie on it. It's like really freaking good.
That sounds good. Sounds bad for you though.
Oh yeah, it's really bad for you. But it's
McFly says
really
the
good.
chicken. He's down for the chicken tenders. I agree. The chicken tenders are pretty sweet. The signature menu, I think, is a lot. It's been pared down, sadly.
The ultimate nachos were pretty good too. I had those recently as well. It's so
They have a waffle
expensive though,
sign.
dude. We spent like 40 something bucks on like on the nachos and the shake and something else. It was like pretty pricey. I was like, geez.
I mean, it's like going to a restaurant, right? Like they kind of have it that quality where I mean, it's not. I don't know if it's restaurant quality, but it's restaurant price, right? We gotta go. We still gotta go to like the Alamo Draft House and get some good food. All right, guys, let's transition. Do you want to talk about the Channing Tatum news, or
it's up to you. I thought you said you wanted to get into the Acolyte.
we can just do this real quick.
Sure. I'll let you get into the Scott.
You want me to read that? Oh, let me read it real quick. So Channing Tatum expressed his continued desire to complete the Jump Street trilogy, calling the script for 23 Jump Street the best script I've ever read for a third movie. I mean, how many third movies has he read? But it's interesting. Despite the franchise's successful first two films, which I really like the first two films, they gross over $531 million combined. The planned crossover with the Men in Black franchise, titled MIB 23, has faced significant bureaucratic hurdles and remained unproduced. Tatum's comments came during the press junket for his new film Fly Me to the Moon with I'm blanking on her name, Scarlett Johansson. What do you think about that, dude? Fly Me to the Moon. Is that a see it or a skip it for you based on the trailer?
Let's just see it on stream.
Oh, stream it? Yeah. That's probably true. He highlighted that the stalled project and his hopes to eventually that this project is stalled and he hopes for eventually come to fruition. Does he say what the bureaucratic hurdles were, or is it just he just says bureaucratic hurdles?
No, I think. Well, I think it's just like people like don't want to either spend the money or like see this making any money. I think that's what he means.
Or he says it's just kind of a lot of bureaucracy. It's kind of above line stuff. It's really hard. It's really hard to get it made, and we even try to get that. So maybe it's kind of like showing the studio that it's worth making.
Yeah, because if it's gonna make that money, right?
Yeah. It's been really dry. Like there hasn't been a whole lot of comedies in the theaters lately, right? It's just been a lot of dramas and horror and action.
What about rom-coms?
I mean, there was Anyone But You, but then what has there been anything else besides that that's been like a big hit? I can't think of anything.
I can't think of anything that's on my head right now. No.
Honestly, the only
Fall Guy was a pretty
funny. Oh yeah, the Fall Guy. That's true, but nobody went to see it, which I did like.
That was pretty funny. I was just kidding.
Yeah. I would say though, it's funny that the animation is where we get our comedy now, right? Like animation is not afraid to do like just straight up comedy, like we're gonna get with the Minions one, right? What are your thoughts though on the 23 Jump Street? Do you want them to make a straight sequel or treacle, or do you want to do the MIB crossover?
I think just a straight up sequel. I don't know about the MIB thing. That's kind of interesting. I'm wondering what they could do. I'm pretty sure it'll be hilarious and stuff, like both sides, if they do either or. I mean, but I don't know. The MIB one sounds like such a like. It doesn't sound real, does it?
It sounds like, you know how. Do you remember like when you had like those crossovers in cartoons back in the 90s?
Yeah.
Where it's like the Ninja Turtles are gonna come out, like, and it's like two different universes colliding. I feel like they should do more of that. Like I know we said like the Fast and Furious should have the Jurassic Park crossover. Like why not? Like I want to see Dom riding a T-Rex. Like this would be fun. I feel like if they were to stumble upon like the MIB headquarters or something, that'd be hilarious. Like I feel like they could do fun.
what's the line between it being like, oh man, what are those called? Those movies like I told you, like epic movie or like a
Oh,
superhero
those like
movie, scary
par-
movie. Is it
the
parody?
it's not
Like what?
parody. Help me out. Help me on the chat. What is this called? Where
Oh man, I can't think of the name.
it's like spoof, right? It's like a spoof movie,
Like a
but they're
spoof
making fun
movie,
of it.
like Baseballs. Like when does what's the line that draws that? Like you know what I mean? Like what would it be?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like where it's too self aware and it's making fun of the genre in general. But I feel like if it was written well, somebody would have to be the straight man and really be like, oh my gosh, what the heck, aliens are real, and then somebody would have to be,
Yeah,
I don't know, it'd have to be written in a certain way. It's tricky, but I think
it
it could
would.
be fun.
It could, but I don't know. We'll have to see when it comes out. We'll see. I don't know. Shining Tatum's
What?
in like this weird limbo. Can't even be
Yeah,
Gambit for the movie, but now he's gonna be Gambit for Deadpool.
I think
I
he's
don't
gonna
know.
be. I think he's coming out, right? I feel like he's
I
gonna
think
be in
yeah,
there.
he just got announced, or not he just, but he was announced, and also I think Wesley Snipes just got announced, which is funny because like I said, he was kind of a jerk to
Dude,
Ryan Reynolds, and I mean it's all money, I guess, at this point.
I don't want to hear any more about Deadpool and Wolverine. I don't want to hear a single thing. Like I feel like what you were saying about the Sabretooth clip, I didn't need to see that. When Lex posted it in our group chat, I was like,
That
I don't
was
want to
me.
watch.
I
Oh, did you
almost,
push? I was
yeah,
like, I don't need to see anything else. Like, I don't want any more spoilers. I think, oh yeah, because Lex was like, why don't they just show us the end of the movie?
yeah, that's what I was
True.
saying. It just was funny because I'm like, yeah, he's so right. Like, we're seeing way too much of the movie, but also like, are we seeing so much of the movie that there's so much more,
I hope
or
so.
is this like most of the movie? That's the big
I
thing.
hope
But
so.
I don't know.
Will Taylor Swift be in the movie? That's my question.
Yeah, I don't know.
I hope she is.
I don't
But
know.
what
Okay,
I was gonna,
let's go ahead.
uh, I was just gonna say before we transition over, is there anything that you would want to see as a crossover? Because we even had the Transformers One trailer show up when we were watching Quiet Place. But like, would you want to see any other like Scooby Doo, Transformers, Pirates of the Caribbean? Like, what crossovers would you be like that would be cool off the top of your head?
I don't have anything that I could think of, dude. To be honest with you, that I
I
like.
got
I'd have to think about this pretty hard, but there's nothing like, I don't know. Like everything that's crossover for me, I want to happen is like freaking like superhero stuff that's already doing it. You know what I mean? Like I can't think of anything.
mm.
I don't know. I can't think of anything. I'll have to come back to that one for you. What about you?
I think the one I always wanted to see was Pacific Rim and Godzilla. I
Oh,
feel
that's
like
a good one.
that one would be awesome. Like if we could have mechs fighting like giant monsters, that'd be. I mean, we already see them, but
You
like,
know what crossover I want to see
tell me.
is you crossing over to Star Wars Acolyte review so we can talk about that. Dang, I'm excited for this one. Are you
All
ready?
right, all
We're
right, I'm
talking
ready.
episode 5, my friend, of the Star Wars Acolyte. What was it called? It's called Night. I thought it was called The Night, but it's not.
I didn't know there
Um,
was a name for the episode. The
yeah, this
night.
one, the little description is in a dense jungle, the Jedi are put to the test when they confront a rising darkness. Um, Now, I'm wearing my Disney shirt because I'm going to say some positive things about the Acolyte. My friend, I honestly thought that Manny, now I'm not going to say his last name, Jancinto, maybe he plays Kumir. Now we're gonna spoil this, guys, but I think we spoiled it at the last one. He's pretty much the Sith Lord that we thought he was gonna be,
It was so obvious.
and it's so
Everybody was
obvious.
calling
And
it.
I think, and I want to say this, Jace, because I really strongly believe this. I think this show was gonna go a different route with this particular character because I think they wanted this to be such a bigger moment when you realize that he is the Sith Lord, but it just doesn't work that way. It's like we all knew, you know what I mean? And I think they got Manny, what's his, Janzito, Sanzito, whatever you want to call him, because he plays like a good, like sort of like dim-witted character. Like he plays Jason Mendoza in The Good Place. You remember we've seen that show together, or not together, but we've seen it, right? And freaking, like he plays that ditzy character, and he does that in this movie to try to kind of sort of like play off like, oh, I'm not gonna be this. And I remember in the interviews of him, they were like, oh, I had lightsaber envy and Jedi envy because I wasn't able to play that. I was just his character in the sidelines. And remember that? Like he was doing that on Andrew Garfield, like conversation of like Spider-Man or No Way Home.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm a little rusty on that one,
But you're fine. But so I'm just gonna get into this. I thought he looks cool. I thought they did a good job on the character being and looking like the Sith being like a darkness that's confronting the Jedi. I thought it was cool. I really liked the lightsaber battles. There was like moments though where you're like, just slash them in the back. Like there's like choreography where I'm like, this looks so weird. But you could tell they were trying to be a lot faster in a lot of things that they were trying to do. And like I said before, they had that thing called the cortices, which is like this like element, sort of like the Mandalorian armor, that basically when it hits a lightsaber, it kind of disrupts it and turns it off.
it shorts it out for a bit.
It sounds cool, but also like I don't know. It bothers me that the Jedi were so weirded out that their lightsaber wasn't working that they couldn't continue to fight. Like at least because I know that they know hand-to-hand combat. Like I think what's his name? Oh, man, is it Lee Jung Se J? Master Soul? Doesn't he start fighting
Master
with
Soul
the lightsaber? Master Soul.
Somewhere towards the end, they just start doing hand to hand combat.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they all know, and it's crazy because like the and I'm gonna go on bad because like I could say some good stuff, and it's always like it goes back to the negative. But like there's a point where all the Jedis, and I think they're like Jedi Knights and Masters, if I'm not mistaken. I think there's just one Master, maybe the rest are Jedi Knights. I don't know, but they're like higher level. Are like fighting them, and they're just getting like mollywopped. They're just getting murdered by this guy.
I like that.
The freaking
mollywopped. That was good.
Thank you. And then Daphne Keene, who plays Jackie Lone, she comes in, Padawan. She starts fighting this guy and like is putting up like she's like keeping up with them, and I'm like, this doesn't make sense. How is she able to do this, but not all these other people? Like
she's a Padawan. Like, yeah.
Yeah, and there's like 8 of them coming at this guy. But again, I mean, he's a Sith Lord or whatever. We can just give him that. I don't know if that like helps him in any way. But like, he looks dope. Like the way that he pulls out. I know it's stupid, but I'm a big fan of like stupid little swords. Stupid little lightsabers or things that come out of the. And so he pulls out a little dagger lightsaber. I really like that. And I don't know if you guys ever seen Star Wars Vision. There's an episode where that is they do that. And he like stabs her like 3 times. He goes, it looks freaking sweet. And I was just like, this is funny. And I'm curious to see if like she's gonna come back like from the dead. Like, are we really gonna like?
Oh, like it's not the actual end of her.
Yeah, because we seen like in Ahsoka and all those other ones, like a gentle stab doesn't kill you anymore.
It's like, did they have to do it 3 times because of the last time when somebody got stabbed? They're like, she's okay.
Nah, yeah, I don't know. It's like this one is gonna do something, and then, so I liked him as a character. I think he did a good job. He does say this random line to, I want to say it's Osha, that I was like, what did you just say? Is something the darkness is something. I'm like, I don't know what the heck he's talking about, dude. But
it's like, I've embraced my darkness. Have you embraced yours, or something like that?
Yeah. But I like this too, where he has like a gun to her head. But it's
like a gun, but it's a lightsaber.
I don't know why I thought that was really freaking cool. I know it's really stupid, but it's a
good idea.
And I think it's really neat because I know he's a good actor because he plays that ditzy character, but I've never seen him in a role where he's like this, where he can actually play a character that is out of his not range, but as out of his own particular characters he usually plays. Granted, I've only seen him in The Quiet Place, or I mean The Good Quiet Place, The Good Place, but it looks cool. I think still Osha or whatever her name is, what's her name, Amandla Sternberg. I think she's such a she's just not a good character, bro. Like
I know
she does this she's just he outweighs her a lot of the time. Like, go ahead.
No, I agree. He's a better actor, and I felt like she's just so. I don't like the way her character's written, but also she's very one-dimensional, right? Like I can't tell the difference between the 2 sisters. Like I keep forgetting who's Osha and who's May, and I should know because of her performance, right? Like I should be able to tell
There's
which
got to
one
be a
is May,
difference between them, right? Yeah.
right? Yeah,
What's
other than
the
the long
longer
little
hair,
bits of
dude?
hair. Yeah, the long little bits of hair, which she ends up cutting off with her lightsaber.
You know, can I tell you something? I mean, okay, that's fine. She cut her hair. People are probably like, that's cool. The thing that tripped me out, and I think it took me out of that immersion, was she cuts her hair, and then like her hair still has like little fire. I'm like, dude, if we know what fire does, it continues. You know what I mean?
It's sizzled. It's cauterized, right? As soon as it
Yeah,
went.
but it's like, no, not hair, dude. That thing singes off. Like it'll keep going. Go try to burn your
So
hair.
you,
No,
so you
actually, no,
should
no,
have
wait,
seen
no, no, never
like
mind.
bald patches all over her hair.
Yeah. I was gonna say go try it out, but do not try that out.
No, don't go try it.
Do not try that out. That is dangerous. But yeah, dude, have you ever not burned your hair from your arm? I
Oh
mean,
yeah, it hurts.
like it goes, dude. It doesn't stop. You gotta pat it.
Just smash
Like,
it out.
you know
Yeah,
what I
that's true.
mean? But
Dude, that's
Master
funny.
Soul, the way the episode ends, they tell Master Soul, "I know what you did last summer or whatever," and he's all, "What did I do?" Or I'm just joking. I don't even say that, but it's something like that. And
Yeah.
I'm like, man, dude, like I can't wait till next week to see what he did.
What did he do? We know what he did. Come on now. They've been
we know?
telegraphing it since the beginning.
I don't know. Do you know?
What I mean, yeah, I don't know. Do you think there's another evil bad, or do you think that this guy is the evil bad? Like, do you think like next week we're gonna
Well,
find out who's his master?
Yeah, it's
Or
gonna be Palpatine somehow returned.
imagine.
You like that? Oh no. I mean, I don't know.
Somehow.
'Cause- So he is the master to what's the sister of Asha or whatever? Oh my gosh, I forgot her
May.
name.
But May isn't even his real apprentice, right? He wants her to be, but she never.
Oh, I thought she was.
I don't think so. I think because he was like, I want an acolyte. He keeps saying he wants an
Oh,
acolyte.
so Osha's gonna be the acolyte now, right? That's why he like helps her up, and he's like,
I don't know.
like he's all, you got that darkness in you, is what he tells her, I think.
Right. And then because May goes on the ship with Master Soul, and so Osha's gonna be stuck with.
Little squirrel.
Because
Tracker.
somehow May managed to change out of her clothes, strip her sister down, and then put her sister's clothes on and put her clothes back on her sister, all while she's unconscious.
Now,
And
Chase,
nobody was the wiser. Come on now.
because Chase, you don't know. You don't. I'm gonna tell you. It's because they're twinsies. And so with
and they were the
twinsies
same
powers,
size,
you
right?
can get
Yeah.
naked. Yeah, of course. You can get naked real fast with when you're a twinsy. You just don't know.
There were the tearaway,
And
Jedi outfits.
And you know what too is that she used the power of one, the power of two, the power of many to
Many
do what she had done.
zippers and buttons. No, I don't know. So like I don't want to talk too much about I feel like I've seen all over the internet people talking about this episode. It had more action, which was great, and I enjoyed seeing some cool lightsaber stuff that we hadn't seen before. The shorting out of that, it was weird because it's like the helmet that shorts it out. It's like, why not somebody said just make a suit of armor and nobody can hit you with a lightsaber ever because
But
it's
the problem,
short.
but the problem with the cortices,
rare.
or no, it's not that it's rare. It's that it can block off, but I think it breaks easily.
Oh really?
So it doesn't matter how much of it you have. It eventually will just that's why when the girl hits them,
with the hilt of her lightsaber,
yeah, it breaks
falls
off.
off. Interesting. And then it had some sort of Magneto powers where it's like, if I take it off, you can read my mind. And I was like, wait, what is this?
Oh
Magneto
yeah,
stuff?
that's not Magneto. It's Professor X.
Oh yeah, sorry. But Magneto wears the helmet, right, to prevent Professor
Oh
X.
yeah. I thought
Yeah. So I was like, that's not in the lore, is it? Did they just throw that in there? Like
well,
all
no,
of a sudden,
yeah,
there's
yeah. That's part of the lore.
you can have
Darth
Kylo
Vader
Ren's
tries to read what's her name? Princess Leia's mind, but it doesn't work. Or I think Kylo Ren also does it to Rey, remember? But it doesn't work because she's too powerful.
right, but the helmet didn't do it, right? Like he's saying that the helmet was blocking his ability to read his thoughts. At least that's kind of what it seemed, unless he was just saying like if the helmet's somehow helping him not focus on him. I don't know. But the thing that I didn't like was that the Jedi aren't using their powers like Like nobody was using their powers to their fullest extent. He would hit him with the lightsaber short out, and then he'd go fight someone else. I'm like, the lightsaber's out, kill that guy. Like it was
Hit
so
him with
weird.
the hilt.
Yeah, hit him with the hilt. I don't know.
Hit him with something like it's just like everything went out the window. I guess the big I don't even know how to say this, but the big like sort of like point of all this is that the Jedi are not able to fight this particular guy because they don't know how to deal with Sith, which is kind of stupid because like isn't it the same thing as dealing with
Same training,
a
right?
Jedi? It would be like, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
what if a Jedi goes rogue, you know how to lightsaber battle a Jedi. But I guess the way that they explain it is like his moves are so unpredictable and I'm like, are you reading his mind to know what he's doing? Like that's what I don't get. He's like, his moves are unpredictable. I'm all, when do you fight someone when you know exactly what they're gonna do? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, nobody was using the force to like sense out where people were, or like who was force sensitive, or like even when May switches with Osha, Master Soul should have been like, you're not Osha. Like
But
he
he's
should have
all
known right away.
he's all bruised from the battle, dude. And he's all, let's get out of here.
It's like, oh yeah, let's go. I don't know. There was so much like coincidence and strangeness going on with the writing. I'll just say there's so much, right? Like there's so much we could pick apart. But I will just say that I agree with you that they wanted Jackie's death and like his reveal and like all this to be like a lot bigger than what it came across. And I think it's because of the writing, right? We didn't care enough about these characters so that when there was that big reveal, oh my gosh, she's the Sith, like there wasn't enough for us to care about it. And then when Jackie died, it's like, oh, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, like it wasn't a big, because we only spent like 4 minutes with her, like and it was weird dialogue the whole time, and I didn't care about the characters. I don't know. And then all those other second like off-screen Jedi that died, we didn't know who they were. It didn't matter to us. But this is a huge massacre, right? Like he killed like a bunch of people. It was just like whatever.
Yeah, and where the heck was freaking what's her name? Master Holden, dude. Like where was she, dude?
Oh yeah, right?
Freaking the Indra Ove. Where was she, dude?
You talking about the one that's the green
The
lady?
green girl, the one that's married to Leslie, whatever her name is.
Leslie Headland. People are thinking that she's gonna be the Sith Master. She's the one. She's gonna have to go to like investigate, and she'll be like, oh no, you need a somebody to go investigate. She'll go by herself, and then she'll reveal she's like the evil bad. Maybe. What do you think? I don't know.
I don't even know. I can't at this point. I don't know why. I watch the show and I watch it to like nitpick at things, which is really bad, but I can't figure out what's going on. I don't know where they're gonna head. Then I'm kind of glad because I want something to surprise me. I want this to be like a fever dream. Like I keep saying fever dream, but it's like where it's like this actually didn't happen. It was all part of the many.
Like it just wakes up.
Minis. Yeah, it's like Luke Skywalker wakes up, and then he's like drinking blue milk.
It's Master Yoda. It's just like strange dream I've had.
He's another what is multiverse of Jedi this is.
another blue milk I must have. Oh
yeah,
my
I
gosh.
don't know. I'm curious to like I'm really curious to see what the end game of this is because like obviously the twins are like they play a pivotal role of like the whole story, but like I'm not sure what they want with them because like when I was reading the book or I was being read to the book of Darth Plagueis, they talk about the midichlorians and they talk about the Force itself. And I think I forget who it was. I want to say it was Darth Sidious who might have been able to manipulate the midichlorians to do stuff, but it actually doesn't matter about the midichlorian count. It's like something completely different. In the book, it tells you something like that. I want to get into a little bit more, but like I'm curious to see if like they like mess with something like that where it's like, oh, these girls have a midichlorian or their force is so strong when they're together. You know, they need to be together. let me tell you how this is gonna end, and then we'll end it here. I think this is gonna end with both of them dying, killing each other off, and then they were, and then their force spirit is going to be sent across years of life, and it's going to land with Anakin Skywalker's mom, and they're going to impregnate her. Bam.
That's. I mean, I wouldn't. I can't hold it past them, right? Like they could do that. I don't know, bro. I still think. We have what 3 more episodes left. I feel like there's going to be.
Let me double check. I don't even know.
Yeah, I think because there's
8
8
episodes,
total.
yeah.
So there's 3 more left. We have to get to what happened in the temple or whatever with the witches, right? So we're gonna have to have a flashbacks episode where it explains what happened. So that's gonna happen, and then we're gonna have a finale where something happens to the twins. We're gonna see,
We got twins.
We got twins.
Freaking twisters.
That's gonna be fun. And then we have some sort of what's gonna happen with Osha and May. Are they gonna switch sides? And then it becomes ambiguous. It's like, anyone can be a Sith, anyone can be a Jedi.
I mean, the thing is about like Sith Lords. I don't know if they're gonna keep this lore. Is like a Sith Lord always has a Padawan or a apprentice. I apologize, and they always end up killing them. That's like the
always
point
2
of it.
there are. Yes.
Yeah, and they always kill each other. I don't know what the whole mindset between it is. I don't know. So I'm curious to see if like Osha and what's her name May end up like killing that guy, and they become like the Sith Lords that they were meant to be, their destiny to be the darkness of the Jedi world, and they insert themselves into the Jedi like life, because that's the whole point of this. They're supposed to, or I mean, I don't think this is the point of this Acolyte. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm sure this is what it is, because that's what the story of like Darth Plagueis Dark Sidious is like they are trying to insert themselves into the Jedi and break them from inside. It's very like Roman Empire, Caesar, you know what I mean? Like kind of like those old stories.
So they're trying to infiltrate or something.
Exactly. Yeah, because I mean that's the way they're gonna destroy. I like what he says, which is not like the greatest line, but I like it. What's his name? Freaking man, I always forget his darn name.
The Sith dude?
The Sith dude.
I don't know.
Manny. He says, I want to be myself without you guys, like something like.
Oh, right. He's like, I just want to be able to use my powers without any regulations or rules.
Or something like that. Yeah.
It's like, I just want to dance.
Yeah, and I was like, I like that. I thought that was really cool, because like that's the first time I'm hearing like a Sith say something like that. Usually at the point of, where we are in Star Wars lore, it's like they're trying to take over the freaking they're trying to storm the Capitol, with the shaman. Talk about the guy. You remember when they stormed the Capitol, and then there's a guy with like a
with the guy with the horns and
the shaman, they called his ass. He's dumb.
Oh, I just thought it was it was just a LGBTQ reference, right? I just want to be, just let me be me without anybody judging me. I thought that was
I don't know, possibly, but I don't think so. Not everything is.
That's true.
I don't think everything is that.
That's just how I thought of it when I read it. I was like, that's kind of weird. Like,
it's because all the stuff is that you've seen in the Acolyte is kind of very strong in that sort of thing. But there's like some cool stuff in there, like just little moments of things that are cool in the show, but like they never like are fully realized. Like they don't really like add enough to you for you to be like, man, this is the best thing I've ever seen. It's not the.
He's like,
I was gonna say
you're trying to be positive about it,
and I was trying to be positive, but it is probably the worst of the Star Wars things I've seen. Yeah, and I think it's just because it's new, bro. It's like something new that we haven't gotten, and we're so used to what we had. But also, like they could have. I don't know. It's just it feels like they're not following that thing, and I keep repeating this. I think I told you in a text like after the last episode. I'm like, dude, I'm done talking about Star Wars, because I feel like we just bash on it, and like it's the same thing. We say the same thing.
I mean, we'll call it out if it's good. We'll call it out if it's bad. I feel like this one was on a positive note. This one was probably the best of the episodes of this show so far. Right? I would say this one had the most excitement. I was the most like curious about it. The whole like thing with like the bugs on the trees was weird. So many inconsistencies, but it at least held my attention more than the other ones. I would say like and I think a lot of it had to do with the action, right? The way they were trying to be creative with the lightsabers. you know, some of it was interesting. A lot of people were unexpectedly killed, which
Yeah.
you
I
know,
think
I feel
you
like
know,
everyone has to die at the end of this because
possibly, but like I don't know. I feel like he fights Yord Fandar, which is Charlie Barnett, played by Charlie Barnett. He fights him at the end, the Sith. Remember when he stops him from saving one of the characters or whatever?
yeah, with
And
this
I'm thinking that guy's gonna end up being the one that
gonna come back.
ends up. He's gonna be the one to come back. Watch.
Maybe, bro. I don't even know. I'm very I'm very curious what they're actually gonna do with the rest of this. Um, but I mean, we'll see. We only got 3 more episodes, and then
Yeah, we'll
oh,
get back into it once we do. But yeah,
you're talking about this guy. Boom.
that dude right there.
Well, should we end it on a slightly more positive note?
Yeah, sure.
Let's talk about this guy. Right, right,
Let's talk about you.
right. Sorry, right here. What do you guys think of this suit? This is
Dang.
we got our
like-
first look at
That's like
Superman's costume.
that's like the gosh darn it Ethels. Those are what you remember. Freaking I Love Lucy, the guy that's married Fred, or what is his name? Fred, right?
Fred and Ethel. Yeah.
I said Fred and Ethel. Like Fred has like these pants that are up yay high, and those are the Ethels right there. Darn it, Ethel.
His pants are up to his nipples.
Yeah, dude, that's pretty wild.
Sorry, no, that was just a silly one. But this one is real. Here, let me see if I can
You're
find
real,
it.
dude. Thoughts on
You're real. Look at this guy. Okay, here's the real pictures. Go ahead.
Jace, I want to get into this, dude. I like the suit. I think it's cool. I know you keep bashing on it being a little loose or whatever, but I think that's going to be fixed in post. But he looks cool. I was telling my wife, he looks straight out of a comic. Like, I think he's not padded. He's not like he's got these abs or anything. He just looks like a big dude in a suit. You know what I mean? I think it looks more, like I said, like a comic. And I think there's also a picture of him as Clark Kent that you see, and he has like the curly hair like all the kids wear with like vapes and stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's like the new Gen Z sort of style.
Yeah, the broccoli haircut.
The broccoli haircut. It looks like I kind of have it right now, but mine is a perm.
rock.
Someone, you know how my hair is like a little bit curly. Someone told me this random story. He's like, "Did you get a perm?" I was like, "No, dude, that's just my hair." It's like that, but I just use better product on it.
There you go.
So yeah, he has a little Bad Bunny haircut right there, and I think in this particular clip, if I'm not mistaken, he goes LVIP, LVIP. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
That's good. The ladies will be all for it. Right?
Probably, but yeah. So this is so personally for me, I like Superman a lot. I think Christopher Reeves and this particular version of Superman, David Corenswet, actually look like different Clark Kents. Like, they actually don't look like they are Superman. Have you ever seen videos of like how different he looks from the other well-mannered Clark Kent? You know what I mean? Like, it looks different. Like, he looks different enough where like it would sell on screen that he isn't probably Superman. I think Christopher Reeves, if you watch clips of him, he when he's not Superman, he slouches. He goes like this, right? He's slouching. And then when he's Superman, he goes like this.
Oh, that's cool. That's a cool little...
Go watch the movie. Go catch that. It's really it's like really small random detail, but it's like it just works so freaking well. I'm like, dude, that's freaking awesome. So I don't know. I'm excited for it. It looks cool. I saw Chris Pratt was at the
filming?
At the film, like when they were filming it. So he's gonna probably voice Crypto.
Oh, Crypto the dog. Dang.
Yeah, because Crypto comes out. There's like a little clip. Well, there's a clip of what's his name? Is it Wonder Man? No, not Wonder Man. It's Mr. Terrific, where he like jumps and he's like trying to give dog treats to like nothing, obviously, because there's no CGI. And the next scene is like his foot is like covered in Band-Aid and it's bleeding, and they're saying that Crypto shot him in the foot. I think I sent it to you on.
Oh, X. I saw his foot. It was like wrapped in like a gauze or something, right?
Yeah, and I think it's on.
Oh, here I see it. It's this one, right? It looks like he's jumping into nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the one. But there's another picture of him where he like has the Band-Aid on.
Yeah, I was looking for it, but I don't know where it is.
Don't worry about it.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't know Chris Pratt was. Dude, Chris Pratt is secretly winning at like with all these voices that he's doing. It's crazy.
Oh, here it is. I'm gonna send it to you. On
do you think about
Watch closely. I'm gonna send it to you on Watch Closely. The one I sent you. Go ahead. What?
what do you think about Rachel Brosnahan as far as like her Lois Lane look?
She looks cool. She looks
Think
good.
she's doing it.
Yeah, I think so.
It's working.
I like her.
Looks-
I mean, I think
It
she's.
looks like it's gonna be classic, like classic.
Can you zoom in on the pictures?
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. I just want to see.
I gotta see the details.
I do. I likes it. I think she does a. I think she looks great.
She looks the pot.
Did you see people were like debating if whose bald look better, Jesse Eisenberg's or man, I can't think of his name right now. The new Lex.
Oh yeah, I actually like his look.
I think so too. I like it too. What's his name? Jeez Louise.
He's from The Menu. What's his name?
Oh my gosh, he's also from freaking Dan. What's the guy from that plays Beast and the Great?
Yeah, he also plays Beast.
Isn't the Great? You remember?
I'm gonna say
no answer from the wife.
No answer from the wife. She's like, oh.
She's probably like on
Nicholas Holt. That's his name.
Nicholas Holt. Yeah, Nicholas Holt. He they were comparing the baldness, and I was like, dude, you get like people just complain about anything. Everything's gonna look so different when it's like actually done. But there you go.
Here, there's his little foot being stabbed.
Done it, yeah.
So it could have been, it could have been the dog. I do like Nicholas Holt's look though. I think it's pretty cool. So far, the only thing that is like not the thing that bothered me the most is Superman's suit, right? It's just so baggy. But everything else
could probably be like a movement thing, right? Like
a flexible suit, so we can just see action shots, maybe.
Yeah, because if you ever notice Henry Cavill's suit is, I'm not saying his last name right, am I? Cavill or Cavill?
Henry Cavill.
Cavill?
Either way.
Gosh, no, because they can get mad at me. Henry Cavill's Superman suit was a lot tighter, and it looked like his mobility was so different from other movies. I don't know. I feel like they want to do more like practical. Like look at you, like in this image right here.
Look at the shot. Like he has built himself up so much. Like people were saying, like he's worked out more. Like he's bigger than Henry Cavill at this point. But he's swimming in the suit. Like it's not doing him any favors. Like if you worked that hard, wouldn't you want to like show off?
No, but how much
muscle
like
you built?
The natural comic look. Go look at it. Look, man. Type in Superman. All-Star. Let me see if that's the one.
Does the Superman All-Star suit have all those lines too?
No, I don't think so. But go look at the way the costume looks for that particular the way he looks there.
You're talking about the comic?
Yeah, it's the comic, but
is it the cartoon one?
There's a cartoon and there's also the comic. Shoot.
Like that?
Let me see.
Oh wait,
no. This got to be a better image.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure what you're looking for, so like I'm having.
Oh, you're fine. I'm gonna try to find it for you right now. Oh, here it is. Let's see if I can copy this image and post it on our notes.
Ding, 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 ding.
I'll go look at the notes.
Ding, 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 ding. Oh, I see it. Let me put it in there. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Scroll down, scroll down. This guy?
Yeah, look how that looks. It's not like
it's very tight.
Like very no, but you know what I mean? Like it's a little loose. Look at the shorts a little bit. Like look at that. That's the look I think they're going for. It's like straight out of a comic book, straight out of like that sort of thing. Because he's still like in that image you were showing, like he looks massive still. Like you don't need the padding to tell that he's like that. It's like tight. Like he needs it to be tight to look at his body. Like do you want that? Do you want to be looking at his abs, Jason?
No, but I'm just saying, like you put in all that work to like exercise. Like look, you can see the comparisons.
But look at all these. These are padded.
All these are tight.
These are padded.
This is the loosest we've seen is the suit. Really?
Nah, I like
at least just from the top.
Henry Cavill and this other dude are like that's like padded work. I know they're big inside, and but
he's got padding in the suit too. I'm sure. You think
it doesn't look like it? That's what I'm trying to tell you. At least to me.
So you think it's gonna be like authentic? muscle.
Not authentic, but more like he looks like he's supposed to be like a natural.
It's
like-
up to him. It's up to him to fill it out.
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe. Who knows?
Like, you got this. Keep working at it. I don't know. I mean the pictures are fun though. Like it's giving me hopeful optimism that, you know, it's gonna be a fun movie. I hope it's gonna be fun.
I'm excited. This comes out next year, yeah, or no?
Yeah, I think so. It's funny because the people were saying that the lines on the suit, the costume designer is the same one that James Gunn works with on Guardians, and then they were comparing like Chris Pratt's suit with David Corenswet's suit, and it's got the same type of lines on it. I was like, oh, that's true. That's her style.
I'm wondering if those lines add like some sort of like a visual, like kind of sort of visual effect or something on a film.
Breathability.
You know what I mean?
Maybe it's
No. I mean, he doesn't have any ability that like shines through like that. There's no. I don't think so. I mean, I'm a Superman fan, but I don't know if he has like some secret thing. You know what I mean?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling like this is maybe an action suit, and then like the close up like hero shots will be different. Maybe, I don't know. It's interesting. All right, guys, I think that's it. We've reached the end of the episode. I appreciate all you guys that stuck around to the very end and like hung out with us. It was fun. It was a good hangout. Ernie, thank you for hanging out with me as well.
Yeah, thank you for having me, dude. I appreciate you coming on the podcast. I think it was a lot of fun. I've always have a great time talking about this. I know sometimes, you know, we get really remembers the turkey leg.
Is he talking about turkey legs at AMC? Is that like a real thing?
I mean, that's probably freaking. Isn't that from Disneyland?
Well, yeah, I remember the turkey legs at Disneyland are delicious, but was it in the theater? I really want to know.
I've never heard of that.
That was before my time. I don't remember that. I would get, dude. I love me a turkey leg. That'd be good. Sorry, McFly. I don't know, but I am down if they bring it back. That'd be cool. All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining us. Ernie, anything else before we wrap it up?
Yeah, dude, as always, I would like to thank the friends of the cast for tuning in every week when we drop an episode. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. Please, like as Jason stated before, follow us at Watch Closely Pod on YouTube, on Instagram, on X, on Rumble, whatever that is, and any other social medias you could find. We're probably there. There it is.
We'll be there. There it is. Follow us. Yeah,
look at all the faces I have on these like little images. You always have. Like, what fun, huh?
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
It is good stuff, dude. I was saying I have a great time doing this. This is a lot of fun for me. It's like cathartic at some point because I get to I do this. I talk to my wife like I do you like this. She doesn't care. You know what I mean?
Like if you're talking like
I'll
the
talk
nerdy
about
stuff,
like,
she's
or
like
something, and she's just like, like she doesn't really like care. But there's things that I'll tell her about. I'm like, this is why I'm telling you this because you need to know this. This is why this is happening or whatever. So I'll get into it because I still rant, but like I love doing it here. It's just fun.
I think the people that tune in also enjoy, like I do too. Like I enjoy talking like the nitty gritty. So
I thought you enjoy me is what you're gonna say.
And I enjoy seeing your face every week.
I hope so, dude. I don't want
more than once a week.
No.
Ernie's like, no. Now that I have the new puppy.
No, that dog is she's awesome, but she's like it's getting crazy. We have to really, really train her.
We need to see a picture next time. You gotta send us a pic so that we can.
Oh yeah, I should have posted a picture on the little thing. But yeah, play the song, dude. Play the outro because right now it's when it gets longer and it's all.
What's her name again? Mi corazón.
Corazón.
That's her name.
That's a one. Yeah, Corazón. I call her Cora. She's a.
Oh, Cora. That's cool.
Her name is based off a character on One Piece. This is a sweet little character.
Oh, nice.
One of these days I'll talk to you guys about Corazón and what he accomplished in the One Piece anime. Just kidding.
Oh, nice. All right, guys. It's getting louder. We must wrap it up.
Let's go.
Have a good week, guys. Enjoy. Go touch the grass, as we say. And,
go touch your grass.
Go touch the grass. Hey, guys.
Goodbye.